You better believe it, Amanda. Thank you very much. We are posted up and broadcasting live from Altamont, Kansas, upon the footprint of Labette County High School within the confines above the west side of Lucas Field, home of your Labette County football Grizzlies. It is sectionals night here in Altamont, and the Labette football Grizzlies are fighting for their first ever sub-state playoff berth. They will have to go through the 3-seeded 7-3 Ottawa Cyclones, traveling south to take on your 2-seeded 8-2 Labette County Grizzlies. A packed house at Lucas Field, a half-filled Ottawa crowd so far, 8 minutes until kick. Your Grizzlies are about to make their way onto Lucas Field across the railroad tracks just to the north. Thank you for being with us, Grizzly fans, Ottawa fans, and fans of any team. I'm Jack Leake III, alongside my father, as always, Jack Leake Jr., soon to be joined by cameraman and fill-in commentator Caleb McKee, Labette County football team manager and high school senior. We're so glad that you chose to be with us this evening. A beautiful November 14th evening here in a dark, after the time change, Altamont, Kansas. Labette County now makes their way wearing those black uniforms, holding those American flags high, about to get inside the fog-filled tunnel and burst through the banner here in a moment. Dad, this is the Tank Connection pregame show of Labette County Grizzly football, and needless to say, it has been a very successful year, no matter what tonight for these Grizzlies. However, this is an opponent in which they feel they can very much so beat and advance to sub-state for the first time ever next week. It's a hungry group led by those seniors.
Yeah, what a blessed season, that, like you mentioned. And this team's done a lot of firsts this year.
Yes.
Let's start with beating the Pittsburgh Dragons for the first time in school history, and on it seems to be, and winning, beating Chanute twice, actually.
Yep.
So, it's just been an amazing run here, getting to play at home these last 2 or 3 Friday nights. The weather's cooperated. It's just been really amazing. I don't want it to end. And so, hopefully this team comes out tonight. It felt like we were a little flat last week, first half, so maybe we can come out hot and ready to play right off the first kick.
Grizzly Nation is on their feet ahead of the football team, running through the banner and the tunnel of the student body, and here they come. A sectional matchup about to take place here at home, baby. Home is where we have been playing, it seems like, almost all season, and a place in which Labette County has not lost this season. The two leading the pack, Wyatt Kepley as well as Bryson Dickens, out of the tunnel. We'll go ahead and just pop right into that storyline as we continue with our Tank Connection pregame show. In last week's regional matchup for Labette County, a game in which Labette County obviously was victorious by a score of 15-7, and that game was 0-0 with about a minute left in the third quarter, and something took place in that game with the Grizzly offensive line that we are going to touch on when we return here after the national anthem in 2 minutes here on KLKC.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise at this time and remove The head coach for the Ottawa Cyclones is Walt Alexander, assisted by Pat Bay, Evan Schaefer, Tanner Mathias, Brock Huddleston, and Kendall Tompkins. The managers for Ottawa are Hannah Evans, Lily Moll, Renee McDowell, and Katie Evans. The trainer is Ross Sider.
Captains making their way onto the surface of the Grizzlies split face, which the maintenance crew has done a fantastic job making look purty before these games all season long. They're at the middle of the field, and that maintenance crew has had to work through some swampy, wet games here at Lucas Field, and they've put in many hours patching in some of those holes and those divots created by those games that was played on the wet field, and it looks really nice for a second week of November football game, and that Grizzly split face is sure painted to perfection. 8 captains, 4 for each team, is at midfield. White Hat is flipping the coin as I speak. Captains for Labette County, Tayton Claiborne, Kagan Bates, Barrett Heston, and Michael Reed. Those 4 have been a force for Labette County this season. There is the coin toss. The White Hat looked Labette County's way first, so perhaps our Grizzlies won the toss, but we'll get the call here in a moment from the man in the white hat. Just over a minute until kickoff here. Again, this is the sectionals matchup in the Class 4A playoffs. Labette County, the 2 seed in the region, and Ottawa, the 3 seed. So it's been chalk in Labette County's quadrant, with the 2 highest seeds within it reaching the sectional matchup. Bit of an extended conversation here, and the 2 teams go their separate ways. Labette County post up to the north of the split face, Ottawa in their white uniforms to the south. It looks as if Ottawa declined, or should I say deferred, to the second half. So Labette County will receive and work the pigskin north to south into a calm south breeze. Dad, this is an Ottawa team that is coming off of a win at home against Kansas City Piper, a game in which they had a 4th and goal from the 1-yard line, down by a couple points, and they kicked a field goal, took the lead, and got a defensive stop. And likewise, our opponent last week, Chanute, got to play us because they squeaked past their opponent late in the game. I'm not saying that has anything to do with how tonight's going to go, but just good teams and good matchups across the board should be fun.
Yeah, I agree. And, of course, each week this time of year you play, you expect your opponent to improve. And so I'm sure Ottawa, is respecting what we bring to the table, and we certainly are them too. So this should be a fun matchup like they all have been. And, I'm just ready to get it started tonight and see how the Grizzlies come out of the gate. So I'm hoping for a quick start. We need something good to happen that just really helps kind of get the energy started. And, it's just always good for your team to start expecting good things to happen early and to have that happen.
I'm Randy Blackwell, your public address announcer.
Randy Blackwell, the public address announcer, has been all season long, does a fantastic job here at Lucas Field, booms his vocal cords across the plains here in Altamont to get the scene set and the atmosphere ready for your Grizzlies to receive the football to begin the contest. It's win or go home. That's how the playoffs work. Again, we're glad you chose to be with us. I'm Jack Leake III alongside my dad, Jack Leake Jr. Caleb McKee coming up here in a moment. Back deep to return for Labette County, Nolan Nash and Deontay Fields. Deontay averages $123 rushing yards per game. This is a short kick, caught at the 30-yard line on the far side and being brought down after a return of 5 yards for the Grizzlies. We'll see who it was fielding that one. And it looks like that was Nolan Nash posted up on the far side of the field, so perhaps my eyes deceived me. But either way, Labette County will have the ball 1st and 10 on their own 35.
That little I've noticed this year, that little kind of bloop kick, it's not an onside really, it's just a high kind of loopy kick that goes about 20 yards. I kind of like it actually. Sometimes when you kick it deep and your kickoff team spread all across the field, that's a dangerous thing. So Grizzlies get started here on the 35-yard line.
Aaron Wyrick, junior quarterback, number 7 in black, red helmets for Labette County. A quarterback draw for Aaron to start, and he'll fall forward for a gain of 4. So it's Ottawa, the Cyclones, in white helmets. In white uniforms with black helmets. Labette County, black uniforms, red helmets. There is a flag on the opening play of the ball game, typically going to be on the offense. You can hear the Cyclone fans cheering a little bit, and it is holding on your Grizzlies. So 2nd and 6 turns into 1st and about 20 on the opening drive of the ball game.
Well, we'll hope, of course, that's no indicator about how we're going to play tonight. I know it's early and trying to get used to a brand new opponent, so those things kind of happen. But Labette County's been a super disciplined and clean team this year as far as penalties go, so I suspect we'll clean things right up.
No turnovers last week for Labette County as well. That can hurt us should it happen. Fields up the middle, a lot of room. Deontay gets the penalty yardage back to the degree, and 2nd and 10 coming up momentarily for your Grizzly offense. Fields filling in the shoes of the best running back in the state in Class 4A, maybe in the state, Jamal Jackson, since basically the start of the year, and he's done a fine job.
Yeah, yes he has, and boy, I hope that is an indication of how things will go tonight. If we can establish a good run game, that sure frees up Wyrick's ability to throw the ball. So, yeah, I liked what I saw right there.
If you're just tuning in, this is just the second play of the game. They go right back at him. Fields keeps his legs churning, gains 5. He was hit at the line of scrimmage, but yards after contact got him 5 yards to our own 40 at the middle of the field.
Yeah, great blocking again up front. And then, yeah, Deontay, man, just keeps those legs churning and just doesn't stop. I'm telling you, that's such a big second effort there and just a big deal. Bringing up 3rd and super manageable with 5 yards here.
10:20 to go in the first quarter. Big game. Two teams that you kind of look and think kind of even, if not pretty close. Wyrick under center. Fields on 3rd and 5s. Looks to bounce it outside. Can't do it. What a fantastic tackle made by number 10, Landon Traver. A late flag. Caleb, you don't have your headset on yet. That's fine. Was there a flag before that late flag as well, or just the late one?
No, it was just the late one. I was looking for one before that.
Oh, okay.
Ottawa was standing over Deontay. I saw it coming from a mile away.
That's the voice of Labette County football manager and student senior. Caleb McKee's done a fine job with our camera work, and it is a personal foul on Ottawa. Fellas, that hurt Chanute to the point where you could argue it lost him the game. You could argue that. Last week they had, I think, 4 unsportsmanlike conduct, personal foul penalties. So 4th and 5 and momentum turns into 1st and 10 Grizzlies at the Ottawa 44.
That's part of the game. You got offense, defense, special teams, and then just are you disciplined? So good teams have to be.
Low snap. Nolan Nash jet sweep, bottled, negative, loss of 3. Multiple Cyclones in there. 66 is going ballistic. That's Tobias Thompson swinging his arms and celebrating with his fans.
Yeah, I mean, it's too early to tell, but I've noticed the 2 runs that we've gone left, we've run into just lots of trouble. I don't know if that's an indicator of the linebacker and D tackle on that side, but earlier we ran more either up the middle or off the right side. It seemed like we had more success, so we'll see if Coach Argerbright picked up on that and if he tries to go back this way or not.
2nd and 13 for Labette County. On the positive side of the field, they run it again. Fields looks to bounce it out left. Looked like he had open grass, but his shoelaces were tugged, but not before picking up about 7 yards. 3rd down and manageable here for Labette County.
Yeah, and Argerbright went right back at him on that left side and picked up 6 or so. Good blocking, good running, and yeah, let's just keep that ground game going, and then if we have to, of course, Wyrick can go off the play action, or he loves that quarterback draw too.
Parker Midget is center tonight for Labette County. That is the nugget about the offensive line we were going to mention. Starting center Parker Midget got rolled up on last week. Wyatt Kepley filled in, but he's back. Aaron Wyrick rolls out right on 3rd and mid, incomplete, hits the dirt, grass flies in the air, and Labette County's looking down the barrel of an early 4th and 7 on the Ottawa 41 with 8 minutes to play in the first quarter. I know I kind of rushed through that right there, but Parker Midget, our starting center, who's been great all year, hurt one of his lower ankle, knee, extremity. Was it knee last week? Yeah, kind of got fallen on. And Wyatt Kepley, who's been good on both sides for us, filled in. But Parker is getting after it tonight amidst perhaps that knee bothering him. Hope he stays okay tonight. They go for it on 4th and 7, and it's incomplete through the hands of Nolan Nash. After it was incomplete, he stopped in disbelief that he dropped that football, as if he would have caught it, he could have walked to a first down.
Well, those things do happen, even on Sunday afternoon if you watch TV. So he's made many a catch this year that he shouldn't have. So we'll shake that off, play good defense here, and get the ball back.
Big game, bright lights, a lot on the line. Labette County's looking for their first ever sub-state berth in football program history. A 4-3 front for Labette County, and a pass out in the flats from Cyclone quarterback Hayden Hull, incomplete, looking for Jace Morning. 2nd down and 10 quickly. Perhaps look for Ottawa to throw the ball a little bit more than maybe some of the opponents we've seen in the SEK throughout the year.
Yeah, we've kind of wondered that too. It's tough to guard a pass period, but especially if you're just doing like a 2-step drop and throw, just real quick slants. So, yeah, I agree. Let's see what they do here.
Trips to the left, another pass, caught in the flats, blown up, negative.
Well, that's how you handle that.
Barrett Heston making the play. A loss of 4, Jace Morning again. 3rd and 14 behind the sticks are the Cyclones.
Yeah, now that'll change a coach's play calling if a couple more of those happen. So that could have been a fumble too, actually. I mean, he hit him as soon as he caught it. I'm surprised. I'm impressed that Ottawa's receiver held on to that, actually.
7:40 and ticking. Ottawa with a little south breeze at their back. 3rd and 14, another pass. Pressured from the front is Hull. Rolling out right across his body. Pitch intercepted at the 45. Working left to right. Sheds 2 tacklers still on his feet. Barrett Heston at the 20. Inside the red zone. Falls forward at the 15. And your LC Grizzlies on their first defensive drive of the game get an INT from Big Beef. It's 1st and 10 Labette County at the Ottawa 14-yard line.
You know, a team comes in, they've been studying film all week, and they get a game plan together, and within 3 plays, your defense really questions the coach's play calling. I mean, I'm sure obviously they planned on throwing the ball, and right now he's scratching his head thinking, I don't know if we're going to have a whole game of passing or not. So great defense by the Grizzlies.
Ottawa, I believe they're, if I'm not mistaken, their quarterback and wide receiver originally, who's going to play collegiately. Here's Fields. Deontay still on his feet, falls forward inside the 5. 1st and goal, Grizzlies inside the Cyclone 5. But Ottawa's had a couple injuries to some big-time athletes on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, sounds like us kind of. And
yeah?
I say that for this reason. You know, every team fights that. Football's a tough sport, and injuries and getting banged up happens. But I'm really liking the energy and the feel so far how this game started.
Yeah, certainly. Yeah, you never wish injuries upon anybody in any sport. Whistles before the snap. It was a quarterback sneak for Aaron Wyrick up the middle. And we have a false start on Labette County, so 1st and goal from the 5 becomes 1st and goal from the 10. Okay, sometimes even a little bit more breathing room here with 6:50 to go in the first quarter.
It happens all the time. We've talked over and over about quarterback sneaks are awkward for the center and the quarterback. Sometimes it comes through as a little bit of a muffed exchange, and sometimes it's just how the quarterback leans into the center with his thighs as he's anticipating the play to go forward. It can be tricky.
Under center is number 7 in black. He'll hand it off to 6 in black, Fields, and he's popped. Number 10, Landon Traver, second nice play of the game from Traver.
I'm impressed with him, man. He doesn't wait on the ball to come to him. He goes to the ball. That was a great play there by number 10.
So Labette County's had the ball twice. This is their second possession. They almost went 3 and out, but there was an unsportsmanlike on Ottawa that advanced the ball. And then Labette County turned it over on downs, got an interception from Barrett Heston defensively, and here we are, 2nd and goal from the 11. Fake handoff to the left, go up the middle, Fields leans forward, they fooled me! Touchdown Grizzlies! Looked left, I was wrong, up the middle, to the right, Fields, touchdown Grizzlies! 6-0, good guys, 5:45 first quarter.
Man, I like how things have started off here. What I hate is I couldn't see that play. Where I'm at in the booth, I just can't quite lean out past the...
I almost missed it too.
Yeah, so... boy, what a great, all this stems, in my opinion, off our defensive play, that first series, and, of course, the interception by Heston. So, yeah, what a great start.
Nolan Nash, who's been terrific on PATs this year. His extra point here is perfect. Splits the bananas right down the middle. 7-0 Labette County. Wow, defense into offense here in Altamont. 5:44 first quarter. Back in a minute here on KLKC.
Here's a bright idea. Streaming without buffering. It's not 2014. There's no reason for laggy internet and buffering shows. IdeaTech has the technology. It's fiber optic cable. IdeaTech has brought high-speed fiber to 75 communities and counting. Don't put up with outdated internet. Stream without buffering. Another bright idea from IdeaTech.
Unbelievable! Sparklight is unveiling unlimited internet for just $25 a month. Get reliable 100 meg internet for just $25 a month for 12 months with unlimited data. That's unlimited internet. Call 877-469-3057 or visit sparklight.com/savings. Sparklight, a new breed in high speed.
Nolan Nash squibs one for Labette County after they scored, bobbled a little by Ottawa, and the return is going to be bounced around to the outside. Near midfield is the return man, and finally brought to the ground at the Labette County 45-yard line. Couldn't see who picked it up. The kick didn't make it to the second level of returners. Looks like number 20 on the return did a nice job there. Bryson Schulte, the 5'7" senior on the return. 1st and 10 Ottawa at the Grizzly 45. Game on.
I like that kick. I like that squib kick. It just kind of keeps them off balance, and it normally goes to their not their best return man. We had him hit and wrapped up twice. So, yeah, good return there.
This is the best atmosphere we've had here at home so far. You can just feel it. Speaking of feeling it, Michael negative read, strikes again, sinks his fangs into the running back, loss of 3.
Man, I'm telling you what, right now we are dominating the defensive front. That's allowing our backers and our defensive backs just to read those keys and come up. So, man, if you can keep that up, we will really keep them off balance tonight.
Hull pulls it, rolls out left, looking to square his shoulders, flips it across the middle. What a nice pass. Little in front, though. Looked nice from my angle. Looking for Cade Osborne, incomplete. 3rd and 13. If it would have been caught, the route was ran near the Grizzly 20-yard line. Caleb, you mentioned kind of a little bit of a scouting report from Hull. We might see that tonight from him, that fake play action, and likes to roll out with the football, kind of real poetically.
Yeah, I did. We like to watch film pretty often in class, during practice, sometimes even.
Only in practice.
After school.
Yeah.
Hull's going to roll out right, sorry, Caleb, on 3rd and 14 and flip one for a gain of about 11. And it's caught on the far side by Aiden McCullough. And so it'll be
I'm sorry, he did catch the ball.
4th down and 3 for Ottawa at the Grizzly 38-yard line.
Going back to what I said, we really like to watch film, really dissect it, and we figured out that the quarterback really likes to roll out quite a bit.
We'll see if he does that here. 4th and 3, big time. In the gun is Hull. Flips it quickly to the left. In front of his target. Incomplete. First and 10 Grizzlies. They force the flip of the sticks yet again, and they'll work it left to right, up 7-0, 4:44, first quarter.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now, I mean, I think that quarterback's a fine athlete, but some of his throws right now have been just a little off. Maybe it's timing, maybe, just pumped with tonight's game. So I also credit the fact that we put a lot of pressure on him early. So he's not going to have a lot of time to sit back there and pick us apart.
Throughout the game tonight, we will update you of the games that are going on within the, I'll call it Elite 8, the final 8 teams in sectionals across the 4A class. Here's a handoff to Kagan Bates up the middle in between the tackles on the left side. He'll go for about 3. The matchup that concerns Labette County and or Ottawa the most, at least for next week as far as sub-state is concerned, is Bishop Miege and Eudora. That game is at Eudora. Now, mind you, should Labette County win tonight, they can host one more time because state, the championship, is the only neutral game in playoffs. If Miege beats Eudora and Labette County wins tonight, we'll host again. And right now in the first quarter, it's Bishop Miege 14, Eudora 0. Fake toss. Labette County scored on this play last week. Wyrick keeps and loses half a step. Ottawa may be showing some results of homework on that one.
Yeah, I think so. They stayed home. I think they've, learned that anytime Wyrick spins and appears to pitch, you backside backers and defensive ends stay put, stay home. So that was well defended.
7-0 Grizzlies, 3:30 first quarter. We're live on KLKC Sports on YouTube and 106.7 FM on your radio dial or the KLKC app. Trips right, one left. 3rd and 7. Grizzlies low pass incomplete. Hit the black shoes of Nolan Nash. 4th and 7. Grizzlies presumably will punt.
Yeah, that was open. I like the play call. Wyrick just threw that a little too low. That's just hard to dig that up out of the dirt like that. So, but again, that route was run right, and he was there.
Fourth and 8 for Labette County. 3:17 to go first quarter after the incompletion. Camden good to punt for Labette County. Kicks this one on the back end of the football, which means it'll take a Grizzly bounce, but it squirted right out of bounds at the 36-yard line. So Cyclones will have the football at their own 36-yard line. We'd like to thank a few sponsors while we have a moment. The referees are keeping this game moving with pace, but we'd like to thank Labette Community College, Forbes Hoffman Funeral Homes, Clemens Insurance Agency, Labette Health, Woodworth Enterprises, Commercial Bank, Eye Care Associates of Parsons, as well as Labette Bank and the Bartlett Co-op. We'll name off our other wonderful sponsors when we get an opportunity. Hull collects, gives first, well, not their first run play, but first run play for Positive Gain, it feels like. Armani Velez on the carry, their main man, a pretty shifty and solid running back. 2nd and 7.
Yeah, I'd say you were right, though. They've probably thrown the ball 85% of the time so far. So I think they're going to kind of take a step back and see if they can't somewhat set up a run game too first.
Hull, option, pitch, Velez, catches, lowers, leans, gains just about enough for a first. It'll be 3rd down and 1 for Ottawa, who on the road in a big matchup threw an interception early. They're down 7-0. Have to imagine a good 7-3 Ottawa team. Granted, they lost 2 great players, their quarterback not long ago. However, this is a team that's still really solid that you will anticipate will settle into this one. Here's a quarterback sneak. Looks like Hull got the first down. But sometimes on the road, it takes teams a little bit to settle in, that we like to say sometimes.
Yeah, and I'm seeing a few things here that Ottawa's doing that Chanute did last week. They're going trips right or left, really trying to spread us out defensively and then still running the ball inside. On that play right there, they had 3 receivers down low here. We only had 2 defenders come out with them, and then they ran a quarterback sneak. So just picked up on that.
First down and 10, Ottawa. After the quarterback sneak, miscommunication, Hull is going to try to make chicken salad, and he'll gain a yard out of it. Second down and 9. It's 7-0 Grizzlies, 1 minute 40 seconds, first period.
Yeah, that was a bit of a busted play. Kind of how he held the ball out. It looked like he was setting up another dive option or something to me. So good for the Grizzlies. They won first down there. That brings up second down and 9. So that's generally a good place to be on second down.
Hull, quite the backup quarterback. Goodness, he's talented. You can tell by watching him. 6'2", senior. Second and 9, flips it right. Pretty ball. Caught, first down, McCullough. And a late hit's going to be charged for Labette County. Nothing intentional, just kind of finished the tackle, and he was out of bounds by the time he finished the tackle. And so that'll tack on, I think, 15 with the penalty. Head coach for Labette County, Bradley Argerbright, hands on his hips, watches on after the penalty is about to be made. Head coach for Ottawa, Walt Alexander. Again, Labette County, the 2 seed. They are 8-2 up until tonight's game. Ottawa, the 3 seed, 7-3 through 10 games this year. And there's the personal foul on Labette County signaled in. So both teams even with 1 personal foul apiece throughout the first 11 minutes of the ball game. And Ottawa has it at the Grizzly 28-yard line.
Yeah, that hurt a little bit. That didn't feel like a personal foul. It was kind of a continuation, but I believe the ref probably made the right call.
Grizzlies not quite set defensively. Hull snaps it, gives it to Velez, bounces around to the right side, gets the first down. Grizzlies nipping at his heels and finally bring him to the dirt after a gain of 13. Ottawa, well, settling in.
Yeah, that was a well-timed little kind of a crossbuck, really shifty. It's difficult to tell as a linebacker if that back in motion has the ball after the fake. So that was a nice, well-designed play there by Ottawa. And, hey, they're stringing together a nice little drive here. So it's time for Grizzlies to step up and get this back on downs.
First and 10, Ottawa moving chains this possession. Velez again, left side, sheds tacklers again. Wow. Plows over a Grizzly in the shallow secondary. Bates couldn't make the tackle there. Another gain of 13. First and goal, Ottawa. They say, let me drive a while. It's 7-0 Grizzlies, 45 seconds and going first quarter.
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, just 4 plays ago, Ottawa couldn't even get off the ball very well. We were dominating them. Now they seem like they're kind of controlling the line of scrimmage.
Handoff up the middle this time only goes for, well, looks like 0. Labette County dialed in well that time. A little slow to get up for Labette County. Looked to be Keegan Stritsky, who had to come in last week and play, I think, right tackle or right guard because Wyatt Kepley had to come in and run center. And boy, Coach Argerbright really congratulated Keegan for a great game last week at midfield after the ball game. Here's a handoff, or I'm sorry, a keeper for Hull up the left side. Labette County thinks the ball might have came out, but I don't think it did. He didn't quite break the plane, and so it will be third and goal for Ottawa at about the 1-yard line at the conclusion of the first period. We have made it 7 Grizzlies, 0 Ottawa. However, Cyclones knocking on the doorstep. Back in 1 minute here on KLKC.
Hi, I'm Shelby, one of the pharmacists at Bowen Pharmacy. Not only do we keep you up to date on your COVID and flu vaccines, but we also offer pneumonia, shingles, hepatitis, meningitis, tetanus, and whooping cough vaccines. Based on the latest CDC guidelines, we can recommend the vaccines to keep you and your family healthy. Thank you for always choosing Bowen Pharmacy. We're here today and we'll be here tomorrow.
Unbelievable! Sparklight is unveiling unlimited internet for just $25 a month. Get reliable 100 meg internet for just $25 a month for 12 months with unlimited data. That's unlimited internet. Call 877-469-3057 or visit sparklight.com/savings. Sparklight, a new breed in high speed.
touchdown for Ottawa. Junior co-captain Abby Colvin. Junior
Apologies getting back from the break a little late. That's my fault. Ottawa hurried to the line in a bit of a hurry-up offense fashion, handed it off to Chaden Knapp, the 5'11 senior running back, and pounded it in. He outstretched his arms just enough, and I don't know if that went in. It did. The point after attempt snuck inside the left upright for the Cyclones from Gavin Seaton, and it is 7-7 here at the start of the second quarter. We'll keep it here and finish thanking our sponsors for allowing our broadcast to be possible. We would like to thank Tank Connection, Wood Insurance Center, USD 506, the corner store of Altamont, and Bowen Pharmacy sponsors our post-game show. Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Doctors Newland, Gilmore, and Ray provides us with our halftime show. And as already mentioned, Tank Connection covers the pregame show, so thank you to those sponsors that allow those segments to take place. And we'd also like to thank Idea Tech, who joined us this season. Idea Tech for helping us out. 7-7 your score. Ottawa scores on a 1-yard rush. Labette County scored a little bit ago after a Barrett Heston interception. Ottawa with a high kick. Labette County needs to field this cleanly, and they do at the 35-yard line. Nolan Nash comes under the football and secures it safely.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I was sure impressed with Ottawa's drive just then. You know, the first couple of times they had the ball, they threw the ball a lot, tried to really stretch us, and struggled with that. We really kept them off balance. And so that last series, they went back to running the ball, and it hurt us. So we're going to have to deal with that and make some adjustments and kind of, you know, seal up those gaps.
Wyrick with his feet at the 30. Quarterback draw up the right side, leans forward, hold forward, and gains about 3.
Yeah, looks like he picked up maybe 4, so that's a pretty good first down play in my opinion. I like that call. It seems like it's a safe call. We run it out of the gun, so and it's been such an effective play call for us as well. So that's a good way to start first down.
Second down and 6, Labette County. Fields to the left of Wyrick, but he goes to the right side. That is Nolan Nash, gets the first down. Ottawa trying to hit the football out of his grasp, and they let him get a little bit further as a result inside Ottawa territory to the 45-yard line.
Yeah, what a nice run there by Nolan. He was patient. It didn't immediately open up the hole, and so he kind of just got jammed and then just took a kind of a sidestep. You could see it happen. It was right here in front of us, and made some really nice moves there. Did a good job, too, of covering up the ball because, yeah, Ottawa was pounding at it, trying to jar that thing loose. So good job, Nolan.
First down and 10, Labette County in Ottawa territory again. 7-7 the score, 10:40, second quarter. Nice hole up the middle again. Deontay Fields here, gain of about 8.
Well, he got there quick, didn't he? That was just a quick handoff, and I mean just in no time. He's 7, 8, 9 yards down the field, so someone's a little bit slow. Is that Parker?
That's my guess. It looks like it. Boy, Parker giving it his all tonight. Got his knee fallen upon last week, and he's going tonight, and he's laboring. But Parker Midget is about to address the football and flip it to our quarterback again. Second down and 1.5 yards maybe here with 10 minutes to play in the second quarter. Wyrick with his hands at his chest, collects it, fakes left, goes right. Fields popped in the hip, keeps his legs moving, and gets the first down. What an effort after he was hit hard to still gain 1 yard.
Yeah, and looked to me like Ottawa blitzed a couple linebackers really trying to mess our timing up, and they about did. That was kind of I call it a cross buck, where you fake handoff to the first guy going across you, and then it goes to the second back that crosses back against the grain. So that handoff about got disrupted back there. So, yeah, well done there.
First down and 10 Grizzlies. 7-7, 9:30 second quarter. Grizzlies receive to open the game. They've ran the ball well. Wyrick under center with his head up, tosses a reverse. Nolan Nash looks to reverse course. Oh, he's looking to pass it. He's going to float it into triple coverage, and it's batted to the ground. The intended target deep down the field. I think that's Kagan Bates. As, boy, I almost would have rather had Nolan just tuck that thing and try to gain 3 yards.
Yeah.
Triple coverage down there.
That ball floated. That was pretty dangerous. I love plays like this. I'm all about that. So I like shaking it up, trying to keep Ottawa off balance a little bit. But, yeah, I agree. That probably should have been kept.
2nd and 10. They go back to the ground game, and this time it is stuffed. A gain of a yard for Deontay Fields. A couple Cyclones in on the effort. Xander Rogers, one of them. 3rd down and 9 with 9 minutes to play in the second quarter. A substitution is the guy that just made the tackle. Rogers subs out. In comes McCullough, the really nice tight end for them.
Yeah, we'll see what Coach Argerbright dials up here. 3rd and long. Is he going to try to get the first, or is he going to try to just run a play that's safer and picks up hopefully 4 or 5 yards? We'll see here.
3rd down and 9, 2 left, 2 right, wide receivers. Wyrick drops straight back, quarterback draw, looks left, not many blockers in front of him. Flag flies as Wyrick gains 3. So it's 4th and 6 with a flag pending. Unless it was a face mask or illegal hands, typically going to be on the offense, kind of like the first play of the game. And looks like Labette County's beginning to retreat and walk backwards. Here's the white hat at the 40-yard line with the call, I think.
It's interesting. Every crew, every officiating crew kind of brings their own expectation. And in basketball more so, but also football, some crews just look for stuff more. I'm sure that was a hold if he called it, but it's interesting to me how different teams sometimes have to kind of learn what you can and can't get away with.
It was a hold. Ottawa accepted the penalty. 3rd and 18. Wyrick drops straight back on the Grizzly split face. Sidearm flip, caught at the 30. Bates makes one man miss, leans, first down! I wondered if it was the right decision to accept the penalty. Oh, and here's a late flag. And Gavin Seaton for Ottawa is convinced it's on Labette County maybe this time.
Goodness.
A late flag flew. It should still be a first down because the penalty was after the play, but it kind of looks like, due to body language, this one is on Labette County. Personal foul, taunting on Labette County. It should, I think that comes in after the play, though. I think that's how those work. Okay, yeah, should be first down. Yeah, after the play. I mean, still, that's not, Argerbright's not going to be happy with that. With 8 minutes to play in the second quarter, it's tied 7-7. But we do get the first down, but the ball will still be back near the 40-yard line.
Yeah, it can be a fine line sometimes between just wanting to be so pumped and so excited about a big pickup and a first down and competing, and then that becomes taunting, and you can't cross that line. You can't win sub-state. You can't win at this level if you're sloppy that way. So both teams really have to pick that up.
1st and 10 Grizzlies, but the ball is negated back to the Ottawa 38. A fake handoff left. They go to Fields to the right, hit at the hips, and is tackled out of bounds. And I agree with...
Where's the flag?
I know, but I agree that they didn't throw one there. And it'll be 2nd down and about 8 for Labette County here. Fans wanted a flag as Fields was kind of tackled on the first down marker stick over there, as there was a flag thrown on something similar on, I think, Deontay earlier when he tackled a Cyclone out of bounds. However, play on, 2nd and 8.
Yeah, I think I'll stick to just doing color and not trying to officiate as well from up here. Sometimes I let myself get kind of caught up in the games too. So Boy, 2 even teams here. I'm seeing a real good 4-quarter battle going on right here in front of me.
2nd and 8, 2 fake handoffs. Good protection. Open as Bates. Catching his Bates. Touchdown Grizzlies. A dandy of a play. A dandy of a pass. And touchdown Kagan Bates.
Now that's how you do it. And you celebrate with your teammate down here without trying to rub it in your opponent's face. So Kagan Bates, just continue that pep, that energy, and hustle back. What a great response right there by the Grizzlies.
Unbelievable play call from Coach Russell and Coach Argerbright there. What a good play call. You run those runs to the left, those runs to the right all game, and then you fake both and throw a bomb. That's perfect.
Yes.
Nolan Nash on for a PAT. It is on its way, and it is good. Boy, Nolan's been a good kicker for us this year. That can't go overlooked. Labette County 14, Ottawa 7. Fireworks in Altamont, not literally, but on the field. Cyclones get the ball back in a moment, that being 1 minute on KLKC.
My name is Bria, and I'm a pharmacist at Bowen Pharmacy. I'm here today to tell you about one of our patient programs, Meds to Beds. Bowen Pharmacy South is located in the medical office building at Labette Health. Our staff works closely with the doctors, nurses, and social care workers to ensure that your transition out of the hospital is an easier and more convenient experience for you and your loved ones. If you are having inpatient or outpatient surgery, we will get your medications directly from your doctor and deliver them right to your hospital bed. If you are having a baby, we will get your medications or anything else that you may need to get your family home without the hassle of making several stops along the way. Whether you're here for a few hours or a few days, we are here at Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South to help get you well without any interruption in transition of care. Just ask for Meds to Beds. At Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South, we are here for you today and we are here for you tomorrow.
What a kick by Nolan Nash. Cyclones forced to return it at their own 1, and they're dropped at the 20. What a nice kick by Nolan Nash, and Grizzly Nation applauds him for it. However, slow to get up for Ottawa is Jace Morning. He's been a target for them a lot tonight on offense. He gives a thumbs up, says he's okay, and this is a good moment for me to give my apologies to everybody listening, specifically Ottawa fans, for not having my injuries correct, as Hayden Hull is their starting quarterback. He is not a backup for their injured starter. Hayden Hull, senior quarterback, is their starter, and he's quarterback tonight. So my apologies in that regard. The injuries to their other kind of top players, if you will, were at other positions. I had that mistaken. 1st and 10 Ottawa, chest high snap to Hull. Velez to the right. Boy, he's a nice runner as well. Kind of pinballed off a couple Grizzlies and gained 5 yards.
Yeah, it wasn't open there on the corner on the edge. Our DN turned it back to the inside where you want it to go. That's where all your help's at. And, he did a fine job of finding a few gaps and kind of just churning his legs and picking up a nice 4 or 5 yards there. So credit goes to Ottawa on that play right there.
14-7, Labette County, 6 minutes in the half. Hull fakes right, rolls out left, trying to look downfield. He has a man, Velez. Now he's covered. Now he tucks. Now he runs out of bounds. Tayton Claiborne breathing down his neck near the 30. It'll be 3rd down and 4 for Cyclones at their own 27-yard line.
Yeah, Claiborne did a good job of pulling up. That's hard to do. I mean, you're a half a yard from just clocking somebody and they step out of bounds. It's not always easy to pull back, but you have to avoid that 15-yard killer penalty. So well done there.
3rd and 4 Cyclones try to force a decision by Coach Alexander here. Here's a flip to Velez. He'll get the first near the 40. Or is that? Okay, I'm sorry. That was Jace Morning. Nice to see him healthy after slow to get up on the kickoff return. First down Cyclones. Now ball is at their own 40-yard line, which is where they had been getting the ball after the previous kickoffs.
Yeah, there's those little out routes we talked about, the little 5-and-outs or whatever, difficult to guard, especially if a quarterback can throw on time. You throw it basically before the receiver cuts, and when he turns around, the ball's there.
Perhaps a neutral zone infraction on Labette County. I believe that's the case. I had my head down looking at my sheets, and I look up, and nobody's moving except Keegan Stritsky, who blew up the offensive line of Ottawa. So it'll be 1st and 5 Ottawa after the neutral zone infraction.
Yep, Ottawa stayed still. Sometimes offensive linemen jump on that too, so Grizzlies just anxious to get off the ball.
A little bit of a high snap. Velez gets it cleanly, though, left edge. He has the first and more. Quick into Grizzly territory. Now at our 40 is the football for the Cyclone offense. With 5:48 to go in the first quarter, again, Labette County leads 14-7.
Boy, both offenses kind of starting to pick up here a little bit. Ottawa really broke containment. It looked like they got to the edge pretty easy. That's hard to do on us. We've got some awfully fast linebackers, so that surprised me right there.
This Labette County defense has been really good all year. Bend but don't break. Here's a quick flip. Goes for 9, maybe a first. Oh, 9 yards, they say. Nolan Nash in on the tackle. Alongside Aaron Wyrick on the catch is Mourning yet again. He's been busy.
Yeah, we kind of thought we might see some of these quick hit passes like that. And so be ready. Here in a minute, they're going to run about a 3 or 4 yard curl route. Quarterback will pump fake that, and that receiver will release deep. So our D-backs can't always bite too quickly.
Pre-snap whistles here, putting a stoppage to the play. Neither coach has burned a timeout all half, and it looks like we have our first, called by your Grizzly head coach, Bradley Argabright. Let's take a 30-second break and come back. Labette 14, Ottawa 7.
V93.5 is your home for the best variety of the 80s, 90s, and today. Get your day started with the Anna and Raven Morning Show. You're the judge during couples court. Couples share their disagreement, and then you decide who's right. Think you know pop culture trivia? It could pay off, and you score the cash jackpot when you play Can't Beat Raven. Krause in the House gets you home every weekday afternoon starting at 2. Stream us anytime, anywhere at klkcradio.com.
Second down and 2 for Ottawa. Welcome back, listeners and viewers. And Hull trying to get Labette County to jump off sides, barking out hard counts, and he might have been successful again. No. False start on Ottawa this time, so now 2nd and 2 morphs into 2nd and 7.
That sure happens sometimes, especially when the quarterback really kind of grunts one out, you know, real guttural and just really leans into it. Your own lineman kind of can't help but bait into that. So, yeah, that time it backfired.
5:10 first half. Labette County 14, Ottawa 7. Man in motion right to left is Osborne. He doesn't get it, though. Hull steps into a pass, left to right, looking for the end zone ball. No flags, good coverage, little high, incomplete. At the goal line looking for it. Mourning, boy, he's been targeted a lot. Hull to Mourning has been a popular command tonight. 3rd down and 7 for Ottawa here at the Grizzly 34.
Yeah, they haven't hurt us at all really on the mid to deep passes any. So I look for Ottawa, even though it's 3rd and 7 or 8 here, to just stick with the quick hit passes or even some of those runs they had success with earlier.
Hull claps his hands, quarterback draw up the middle, got to get him from behind, not there yet. He uses his legs, going to get the first, turns the corner, and runs out of bounds near the 20-yard line, picks up about 14 yards. 1st and 10, nice run by Hayden Hull.
Yeah, he made something out of nothing. I kind of thought we might have him trapped, and next thing I know, he's bobbing and weaving and picked up the first. So Grizzlies got to pick it up here and just go one down at a time and kind of smother this drive out.
Labette County's student section is not down on the track on movable bleachers tonight. They're up in the stands on the south side. And Ottawa has a nice student section over there on their bleachers too. 1st and 10 Ottawa. Here's a handoff to Velez. Pre-snap penalty again, perhaps on the Cyclones. From what I could hear from Grizzly Nation, yes, one more false start here.
Yeah, now they're kind of getting a little bit sloppy from time to time. So both teams have kind of had their equal share of penalties tonight. So I'm sure both coaches are going to preach a little bit about that at halftime.
You know, there's a reason for the student section being up in the stands. KSHSAA rules say that nobody can be on the track during the game. And also, Ottawa has asked for our section to take away the cowbells for tonight.
Caleb, great nugget. Here's a run up the middle to Velez. And so after the illegal procedure, it was 1st and 15. Now it's 2nd and about 11. Very interesting. So, I mean, I really don't know. Can a visiting crew request certain measures be put? I mean, I have no idea. Be put in place by the home team?
That's only my guess. That's what I've been told, is that's why we don't have our cowbells, is because Ottawa has requested for us not to. And so we can't use them tonight.
Very interesting. Thanks, Caleb. Hull option flips it to Velez, and he'll fall, and he's popped to the ground, gain of 7. So 3rd and about mid for for Ottawa's offense here. The Grizzlies lead the Cyclones 14-7 with under 4 minutes to play in the first half. This atmosphere, this game, these two teams is what a 4A sectional matchup should look like. It's so fun to be a part of it.
Yeah, it sure is. And both communities are out supporting their kids. So, yeah, this is just really great to see. I kind of wish they'd take away the cowbells from graduation. Maybe they can request that.
3rd down and 6. Hull gives it to Velez. This time he's bottled up and snuffed out. Might have lost a yard in there on the effort. Keegan Stritsky, man, he's really played well for us late. 4th down and 7. That was a big TFL.
Isn't that amazing how important it is when those guys that are down on all fours the whole game grunting in the trenches like that? I mean, that is a game changer. 4th and 7 now. So what a great effort there by Stritsky.
4th and 7. This is big time. Grizzly Nation getting behind their defense. Pre-snap whistles again. This time I think a TO called by Coach Alexander. If I'm right, yes, timeout Ottawa. Let's go ahead and step aside for another quick 30. A big 4th down for your Grizzly defense here in 30 seconds.
Life is about movement, and the human body is like any high-performance machine. When miles add up, parts wear down, and that's when pain begins, and here's where it ends. At Labette Health, our nationally recognized orthopedic and sports medicine surgeons use advanced techniques to reduce recovery times and relieve pain for miles to come. Feel like new again at Labette Health in Parsons, Kansas. For more information, go to labettehealth.com.
Labette Community College is meeting the need for an increased demand in qualified radiographers. Our radiography students will train on the latest technology in a hospital simulation environment.
I wanted to be able to go into a career where I could help people.
And Caleb McKee, 4th and 7 for your Grizzly defense. 2:50 left in the half. Ottawa with the football at the Grizzly 19. Man in motion is Morning. He won't get it. Hull looks right, still looking right, flings it hard, looking for the corner of the end zone. Tipped. What coverage by Deontay Fields. It was batted with his left paw. Falls to the ground. Incomplete. Turnover on downs. 1st and 10 Grizzlies.
Yeah, that was great coverage there. He had inside presence, and he was looking back to the quarterback. And not only that, I'm a little surprised with that play call for them to go that deep on that. I would have maybe looked for them to throw that 5-6 yards and then see if the receiver couldn't find another 2 yards to pick that up.
Bishop Miege leads Eudora 21-7 in the second quarter. Mount Carmel leads Wellington 28-0 in the second, and Augusta leads Wamego 7-0 in the second. Those last 2 games are on the opposite side of the bracket. Excuse me. Here's a handoff here for Labette County. Open space, gain of about 16 for Deontay Fields around the right bend.
Yeah, boy, that happened quick, too. He's just bolting to the edges like that. We got 2:30 left till halftime. How big would a score here be?
Oh, yeah. Ottawa does get the ball to start the third quarter. Each team has 2 timeouts. 1st and 10, Labette County after forcing a turnover on downs defensively. Ball on their own 37. Wyrick with his head up under center, 6 down linemen, hand off into the gut of Fields, follows the lead blocker Bryson Dickens and gains 6 yards. I mean, that's great.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, it's always kind of as a coach, you know, you don't want to lollygag too much. I mean, you got a ways to go and you want to score, but in some ways you don't want to score too quick. I don't know, maybe that's silly to say, but so some runs here and there and maybe a throw or two. We'll see kind of how we mix it up here.
Wyrick drops straight back, looks left on a curl. Nash watches this one fall into his hands, and he'll catch it out near the 46-yard line, which I think is right on the first down line. Junior Nolan Nash doing great work there as far as awareness, knowing where to run the curl, as I think Nick Walker for Ottawa, it is a first down, hurt his hand on that play as he's holding that left hand maybe, as he was slow to get up and then popped to his feet and was shaking one of his hands.
Yeah, it's one of those plays. A lot of routes receivers run are 5 and out, 10 and out, 7 and angle. But those kind of plays, the receiver looks at where the 1st and 10 is, and he might run a 3-yard route or a 6-yard route and then curl.
Minute 12 until half, 2 timeouts for Coach Argabright. Another pass, Wyrick pump fakes, perhaps didn't like what he saw, throws it to Bates, who hits the edge and gains 5 and is shoved. Late penalty. Wow. I mean, not that I'm celebrating that it, I guess, wasn't unsportsmanlike. I don't think it was vulgar by any stretch.
No.
But it's kind of my job to be emphatic a little bit, so.
And
I don't know, yeah.
Kagan kind of had a flip over the bench over there with all that kind of plays into what a ref sees in that 1 or 2 seconds, you know.
Fall into the Gatorade jug, maybe try to spill it on you if you can for dramatic effect, you know.
Yep.
It is a personal foul on Ottawa. I mean, there's been a couple by each teams, I think, called tonight. Seems to be how it's called tonight. 1 minute to go in the half. Labette County leads Ottawa 14-7, and that puts the football at the Ottawa 34-yard line for Labette County. They've been effective in the past when they've needed to throw it. Wyrick, hands on his chest, calls for the football from Parker Midget, who's working through an injury tonight, and Coach Argabright's going to call his 2nd timeout of the half. We'd like to keep it here and thank a few sponsors for allowing the broadcast to take place. We'd like to thank Tank Connection, Forbes Hoffman Funeral Homes, Clemens Insurance Agency, the Bartlett Co-op, Idea Tech, Community National Bank, Labette Center for Mental Health Services, the Corner Store of Altamont, Commercial Bank, Elm Haven Nursing Home and Woodridge Estates, Unified School District of USD 506, Clemens Insurance Agency, Labette Community College, and invite you to stay tuned for our Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Drs. Newland, Gilmore, and Ray halftime show. Labette County leads Ottawa in a sectional matchup to go to sub-state for the first time ever, 14-7 with a minute left in the half. Grizzlies with the ball at the Ottawa 33, 1st and 10. Out of a Coach Argabright timeout, who watches on alongside Coach Page and Coach Stone. Hand off to Fields up the middle, gaping hole, first down, leans forward, gains 12. Into the 22-yard line he falls. Grizzlies in a hurry-up offensive fashion here, addressing the football. The clock runs 56 seconds and below, and we're going to spike it here. I get it. 52 seconds to go in the half, as really, I mean, you're either going to advance the ball and score or you're not. So spiking it there and getting the correct play call is better in Coach Argabright's eyes than rushing into a 1st and 10.
Yeah, these are all things he's thought about
Yep.
all summer long. These kind of notes coaches make, situational ideas and thoughts. And so, yeah, I'm sure that doing that was in the best interest of us going forward here.
2nd and 10 Grizzlies. Wyrick collects it again, looks left. He's going to throw a deep shot looking for Barrett Heston for the touchdown. Hits his black gloves and falls incomplete. Barrett Heston for Labette County stands at 6'2" and has a really good physical presence to him as well. Hard to defend and almost caught that ball.
Yeah, that was a great pass too. I mean, Aaron threw it to where one person could catch it, and that's it. So tough catch that would have been to make, but yeah, what a great play, stretching them out like that. So, gosh, we'll see what's next.
3rd and 10 Grizzlies, ball at the Ottawa 21. So now you got 2 downs to get 10 yards. 46 seconds left, still plenty. Wyrick drops straight back. Good protection again. Out route, little low, incomplete. Kagan Bates. It hit the turf at the 14. I believe that's the right call by the official. Now 4th and 10. But how about the protection by this offensive line?
Yeah, Aaron hasn't seemed to be rushed or hassled, harassed, been able to kind of see the field. So, yeah, 4th and 10 now. I find myself running some math in my head. Whether or not we can kick that field goal, maybe that would be, 37 yards?
Perhaps a little bit long for Coach Argabright's liking. Not that Nolan can't make it, but it looks like Argabright's going to kick a field goal. Dad, what a call! What a call!
Now who's the prediction man?
That's right. 40 seconds left. Nolan Nash on for a 37-yard field goal. It has the distance, and it is wide right. Wait, did we have whistles, Caleb?
I saw a delay of game on the play.
Wow.
End zone ref called it. It looks like they're going to enforce it.
Now I think, don't they have to because it was a pre-snap penalty? I don't know if the kick went in.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad.
Was the kick wide right?
No, it went through.
Oh,
I thought it was short.
I was almost hoping it didn't go in, so the penalty didn't sting as much. But okay.
Kick again.
Here we go. Nolan Nash. What is this? Around 40, 42 yards. Good snap. Good hold. Nolan leans into it. It is short by a couple yards. What an effort, though, by Nolan Nash. That accuracy was on the money, and it was probably 2 yards short, maybe, if I'm around that range, fellas. It was right there.
That's good to see, and that's good for Ottawa to see that we can and will stretch that,
That's true.
You can't let us flirt around down here like that. So what a nice weapon Nolan Nash has continued to develop.
On their own 26-yard line.
30 seconds to go in the half. Labette 14, Ottawa 7. So that gives Ottawa the football back at their own 25. Ottawa's shown they can throw the football. Hull, a really good quarterback, can easily see over the line. Stands at 6'2", $170.
32 seconds left on the game clock. They just switched it.
Thank you, Caleb. That's why we got you. And they're moving the football to the 20-yard line. Did I miss something, gentlemen? And
no, I don't think so. I'm curious if Ottawa's just going to – if they throw this in interception, I don't know. I'm curious what they'll do here.
Okay, here we go. Quarterback draw for Hull. Labette County was in a bit of prevent, and he's going to gain 15. And we'll see if, I bet he does, if Coach Alexander calls a timeout, and he does with 24 seconds to go in the half. As I don't know if Labette County was quite ready for that play call, but they pick up a healthy 15 and have time. 24 seconds to go in the half. Labette County leads 14-7.
Yeah, you never know where a coach is in his headspace in a situation like that. I was curious if he didn't want to try to throw it and maybe throw an interception and give us another crack at it. If he wanted to kneel on it, get to halftime and make some adjustments. So, and here we go again. I'm not sure now what we're going to do here or what we're going to see. But we need to stay aggressive defensively for sure.
The Grizzly defensive backs in man coverage situations have held their own tonight and have done a nice job defensively on this Cyclone offense that is a forceful attack. trips in a bunch right. They throw it quickly to Morning. He has sideline to tightrope, and he'll gain about 15 to midfield and run out of bounds. What a wise play call by Coach Alexander, and great execution from his senior quarterback to a junior upperclassman receiver.
So bizarre and sometimes frustrating when offenses seemingly can just pick up 10, 15, 20 yards when games are like this, and defenses kind of getting the prevent and think to themselves, just don't let them score. Well, then you give them chunks of 20.
Labette County sends some pressure. A little out route is caught on the near side by McCullough, and he runs out of bounds at the 41 with 13 seconds left.
So here we go. Time for a couple more plays, maybe 3. Picked up 27 yards in the last 2 or 3 plays. So
very well executed so far by Ottawa.
Our backs need to get right up in their face, kind of chuck them here. Need pressure, too, inside.
Hull, quarterback draw up the middle. They do have a timeout. It doesn't go for anything, and he does call the timeout. For a moment, I forgot Ottawa had one timeout, and I was scratching my head. Maybe he was going for a busted seam or another 15-yard chunk to try to take a shot at the end zone to close the half. So with 8 seconds left in the half, let me get my words about me here. Ottawa calls their final timeout, and it'll be 3rd down and 3. That doesn't really matter anymore with 8 seconds left. And they trail Labette County 14-7 here in the sectional round of the 4A playoffs. On the other side, or should I say above us on the bracket, is Bishop Miege playing at Eudora tonight. And the last update I have is in the second quarter. Miege leads 21-7. We will have fresh updates for you for all of the other 3 games that concern us in the 4A bracket. At the halftime show, we'll have those for you. So 8 seconds to play in the half. Labette County leads by 7. Hull, empty set, 5 down lineman. Perfect snap. He's pressured by Michael Reed. He'll run, he'll tuck, and he'll be brought to the turf, and that will harmlessly end the half. Tayton Claiborne on the bring down. So at halftime, Labette County 14, Ottawa 7. That was a fun 24 minutes of football from both sides of it. 2 teams that are pretty close, man, and it'll be a fun finish here in Altamont. Let's step aside if we can for, let's do 7 minutes if we can, Amanda. Appreciate what you do for us back at the station. Let's take a 7-minute break. Hang with us, and we'll have a good Eye Care Associates of Parsons halftime show.
At Labette Community College, we're passionate about medicine and compassionate about people. Our highly trained instructors provide innovative career-specific education in the field of diagnostic medical sonography. Do you already have an associate or bachelor's degree in healthcare? Earn an additional certification in sonography. LCC offers a 12-month completely online program with a clinical component. In as little as 1 year, specialize in OB, abdomen, or vascular. For more information, text pound SONO to 620-293-6671 today. Apply online at labette.edu.
Discover what you've been missing in Parsons, Kansas. Curious Minds Discovery Zone, a children's museum that inspires a love of learning, with hands-on exhibits for all ages to imagine, create, learn, and discover. Kids enjoy looking through microscopes, building on our magnetic ball run wall, creative play in our doctor's office or grocery store, and lots more. Discover, explore, Parsons, Kansas.
In 2003, Tank Connection founders envisioned a Southeast Kansas-based company dedicated to innovating voltage storage tanks, offering superior products and services through a customer-focused team. 2 decades later, and products in 64 countries and on 6 continents, this vision endures. Tank Connection employee owners are dedicated to a future where their shared purpose brings empowered realities to as many lives as possible.
Here's a bright idea. Make sure you put your pants on before leaving the house. Sure, it seems simple, but sometimes simple doesn't happen. At IdeaTech, we think it's simple to have real people who live in Kansas helping customers. We understand that not everyone in our industry agrees, but then again, not everyone puts on pants before they leave the house. We think it's important to get the simple things right. Putting our pants on and providing local customer service. Another bright idea from IdeaTech.
Grizzly fans, to the Eye Care Associates of Parsons halftime show. Glad that you chose to be with us this evening. A beautiful night here in Altamont. Labette County leads Ottawa 14-7. Players will make their way back onto the field for stretches and warm-ups here in about 4 minutes. I'm Jack Leake III alongside my father, Jack Leake Jr., and cameraman, and we'll say reporter. I'm just going to settle on that. Reporter Caleb McKee, Labette County football manager, does camera work for us as well and makes the live stream look nice and keeps it ran well. Again, Labette County leads 14-7 at halftime. Caleb will have some scores from those other games in the 4A playoff bracket here in a little bit, but I did have, or find rather, an answer out to a couple different things that happened in that first half. The first was, Caleb, you had mentioned that Ottawa had reached out and requested that we don't have cowbells or external noisemakers at the game tonight. Well, that is a KSHA rule, apparently, that you cannot have noisemakers, including cowbells, at games. I know we had before, but perhaps another school just hadn't called us out or what have you. I don't know. But Ottawa, I guess, watched film on us. I was talking to a gentleman at the concession stand who was listening to our broadcast and evidently found this information out and shared it with me. Ottawa was watching film of some of our games and noticed that our fans had those things. And so evidently they looked into it, confirmed the rule was just, and then reached out and basically kind of put a nix on our external noisemakers. So that is that. And the second is the ball was put at the 20-yard line after Labette County missed a field goal from the 30 because a field goal, I'll kind of read this, a field goal is like a punt. If you kick a long field goal and it crosses the goal line in the air, and then it's like a touchback. If it crosses the goal line while still in flight and lands in the end zone, it's like a punt that was a touchback. So that's why the ball for Ottawa was not where we missed the field goal around the 32, but at the 20.
Yeah.
Very interesting, just a couple rules there.
Yeah, and that's why a lot of times you see it more in pro games or college. If a team tries to kick a long 60, 65-yard field goal, they'll put a guy back there to catch it, and he can return it.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's a good bit of information you found there. So, and that is interesting. I mean, KSHA does all those things about cowbells and noisemakers, and I get it at the state level. That can be a real chore for any administration to try to enforce on both sides, I think.
Yeah,
you know.
And it might have been a playoff rule.
Yeah.
I don't. That's my guess, because I know that we wouldn't intentionally
Right.
bring noisemakers if we weren't supposed to.
Right, and you see cowbells all year
Yeah.
long at
Oh, yeah.
fans, and so anyway, well, that's good to know.
Just a couple nuggets there for you. This is the Eye Care Associates of Parsons halftime show. 14-7 is your score. Caleb, do you have some scores?
I do. All these games are at half right now is what I've seen. Mount Carmel is beating Wellington 43-0. Miege is beating Eudora 21-7. Augusta and Wamego are tied at 7 at half.
Those are all halftime scores, I believe?
Yes, sir.
Very nice. Caleb, thank you. And so the bracket, if you're just joining us or unfamiliar, he named off scores from 3 games, and the bracket looks like this. So at the top, let me scroll here a little bit. At the top of the East region, it's 1-seeded Eudora hosting 13-seed Bishop Miege. They play those tough, big opponents all year. The winner of that game, Eudora Miege, plays the winner of tonight's game, 2-seed Labette County, 3-seed Ottawa. Then on the west side of the bracket, the other side, so we would not see any of these teams unless until state, the championship. Mount Carmel versus Wellington, that's the 1 and 4 seed. And Augusta is the 10 seed playing at Wamego, the 3 seed tonight. So it's Augusta, Wamego, and Mount Carmel, Wellington on the west side of the bracket. Our game tonight, and then the winner of this one plays the winner of 1 seed Eudora and 13 seed Miege. And the seeding is important because for both of these teams, whoever wins tonight If Eudora beats Miege, the winner of this game travels to Eudora.
Right.
If Miege beats Eudora, because they are the 13 seed, then Ottawa or Labette County would host Miege next week. So that is where seedings are important. And but let's take care of business here tonight and then concern ourselves over future matters. It's Labette County 14, Ottawa 7 at halftime. And as far as kind of what that first half looked like, I really thought that Labette County looked pretty effective on offense, mainly because they were able to run the ball well, and then because of that, when they did need to throw, which was only a handful, aside from that last drive, which we were really trying to move quick, it worked quite well. Aaron's been protected, and some of the fake handoffs worked great and led to a long touchdown pass to Bates as well. So I think pretty productive on offense and pretty stiff on defense too. Close game.
Yeah, I think so. I agree with you. I think we might have left a score out there on the field, honestly.
Feels like it, doesn't it?
Yeah, I felt like we should have or could have picked up one more score, and I don't feel like Ottawa left any out there. I never felt threatened necessarily with them other than that great drive where they scored. I look, of course, coaches are always making adjustments at halftime. I'm betting Ottawa goes back and gets more patient, tries to set up and establish some running like they did on that one series where they were effective, and continues to throw some real short, quick slants and different out routes. So, in Labette County, I agree. I think we just stay with what got us here, stay with what we did first half, had a good first half, and I don't see any big changes on our end, so we'll see. I do see Parker Midget down here gimping on the sideline. That's at least worth noting.
This has been the Eye Care Associates of Parsons halftime show. We're back in 1 minute with the second half in this big-time sectional matchup.
My name is Bria, and I'm a pharmacist at Bowen Pharmacy. I'm here today to tell you about one of our patient programs, Meds to Beds. Bowen Pharmacy South is located in the medical office building at Labette Health. Our staff works closely with the doctors, nurses, and social care workers to ensure that your transition out of the hospital is an easier and more convenient experience for you and your loved ones. If you are having inpatient or outpatient surgery, we will get your medications directly from your doctor and deliver them right to your hospital bed. If you are having a baby, we will get your medications or anything else that you may need to get your family home without the hassle of making several stops along the way. Whether you're here for a few hours or a few days, we are here at Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South to help get you well without any interruption in transition of care. Just ask for Meds to Beds. At Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South, we are here for you today and we are here for you tomorrow.
Nolan Nash puts his right foot upon the pigskin, and pretty hard at that. It's caught at the 15-yard line, and a left-to-right return gets out to about the 35-yard line for Ottawa. It'll be first down and 10 for the Cyclones at their own 34-yard line.
Looks like Coach Argerbright elected to go back to kicking the ball deep that time, so pretty good coverage there that time by the Grizzlies on our kickoff team. So see if our defense can establish, itself right up front here and just kind of keep this series 3 and out here.
It was Gavin Seaton on the return for the Cyclones. Morning is out wide at the top of your screen. He's been big, a big target. Here's a fake handoff and run up the middle. Good tackle, though, by Aaron Wyrick. Gain of 9 for Hayden Hull. And from the jump, it looked like that could have gone for a lot more.
What I'm talking about, that again, I keep saying that one drive. There was one drive where they ran a series of nice runs, some kind of cute, nifty, tricky plays, and some just some different looking running routes, and then they got back away from that and started kind of trying to throw the ball downfield again. So see if at halftime they're going to try to get back to establishing run or not.
Second down and 2, they say, for Ottawa. A run up the middle, and it's a first down to midfield for the Les. Yeah, I mean, they've got 2 Hull can throw the football pretty well, too. We've just defended it pretty solid tonight. But him at quarterback and Velez at running back, those are two option one running threats for any team.
Yeah, and he does a nice job of carrying out fakes and faking handoffs, and all that matters. It all matters if you're on the other side of the ball trying to figure out when he hands off and when he keeps.
Mourning in motion, they fake to him. Velez up the middle, right edge. He's hit at the belt and hit to the ground by Bates, but gains 6 or 7 yards, and that puts the ball at the Grizzly 45. Ottawa imposing their will on the ground, looking like a Labette County first half drive here.
Yeah, they really are, and this is a little bit kind of what we predicted, that they would get back to trying to establish the run. Now you got 2nd and 3, so this would be a good place to fake the handoff and air one out maybe.
They do fake the handoff, but Hull keeps it and falls forward for a gain of 7 to the 36-yard line.
Yeah, and it's the old adage we've said a lot. They're going to keep running until we can stop it. And so far, they've picked up 5-6 yards every time they've handed off. So the Grizzlies are going to have to make some kind of adjustment here. This is going to just continue.
10 minutes to play. A 2-minute drive so far for Ottawa in the third quarter. Labette County 14, Ottawa 7. They haven't thrown the ball once here, and yeah, I think you're right. They're just going to keep running it as they go to Velez up the middle, and he's brought down by Mason Hoppus. Better job there by Labette County. Gain of a couple, so 2nd down and 8 feels better than those 6, 8-yard runs that they were getting previous.
Yeah, it does. And if we can string together one more good stop here, sometimes that puts a team, if they're 3rd and 8, then they get anxious and start throwing the ball, and it kind of throws them out.
Here's their first pass of the half, and it's high, incomplete. They were looking for Aiden McCullough, and I wonder if that right there isn't the picture-perfect example as to why Coach Alexander was like, let's just go run the ball. Because we've defended the pass well, and I know they're capable of throwing the football. They've just struggled in that department tonight.
Yeah, and I'm a little surprised. I mean, why not? Now I'm talking as if I'm Ottawa. Why not just keep running?
They do. Option, Velez, left side, tries to turn it upfield, follows a lead blocker, gets the first down, gain of 13. Nearing the Grizzly red zone, ball will be pasted about the 23-yard line of our Grizzlies. Ottawa driving, looking to tie the game in the second half.
Right, and the more successful they are, the more they're going to do it. So our Grizzlies, and I'm sure they are, Coach Hurley and Coach Argabright communicate, of course, that have to make some kind of adjustment defensively here.
1st and 10, Mourning in motion. Up the middle, Velez, stuffed, loss of 3 on the play. Tayton Claiborne pops up with emphasis alongside number 59 up the gut, Wyatt Kepley.
Well, that's one way you do it right there. You just take it upon yourself to make a play. I think that was just guts, grit, and heart right there. Tayton Claiborne, now we're at 2nd and 13, so
yeah,
boy, if we could squeeze this down and hold them 4 downs, that'd be huge here.
Dropping back is Hull. It's a hitch and go. It wasn't there. He's going to look back that way, pitches it, and it is incomplete. No penalties. I saw a cyclone on the ground at the 5-yard line, but no laundry surrounding Jace Mourning. Incomplete. Aaron Wyrick back there, the linebacker, in some coverage. They were looking, I think, for Mourning on kind of a hitch and go as Hull pump faked, but the go wasn't there.
Yeah, that's he did a nice job kind of juking with his shoulders, but yeah, we maintained discipline and didn't bite on it. So, boy, a big 3rd down here. Let's keep it to where they're 4th and long here.
3rd and 13, Hull with Velez to his right. They've been Batman and Robin on this drive. They're going to pitch it straight right to Mourning. Caught, couple blockers in front, got to make that one. Oh, he missed it. He's still on his feet, riding the sideline. Touchdown, Ottawa. Jace Mourning with blockers in front. There is a flag I heard from the public address announcer. I did not see one. Here's the white hat, huge call. Oh, illegal procedure on Ottawa. And I don't necessarily sigh a sigh of relief as much as I do a sigh of pain for Ottawa, because they have just shoved it down our throats this half, and that was a great play call. And so for an illegal procedure to be called, that pains me for Ottawa.
Yeah, I tell you, and as fast as we are from linebackers all the way back, for them to throw an out route like that, I'm surprised we didn't close that out. So got another chance here.
Wow, huge call. 3rd and 18, Hull, a reverse, Mourning, looking downfield to throw it. He's going to throw it with his left hand, sliding catch is made, but I think a yard shy of the first down marker. It was caught by McCullough. That is their quadricep right there. McCullough, Velez, Hull, and Mourning.
Gosh, a little shake and bake there. Well, here we go, though. 4th and 2. We've had some, I'd say, luck. We've had luck because we just really bow up. So this would be how huge if we could hold them right here and get the ball back. Be devastating.
A 4.5 minute drive for Ottawa. 7:15 left in the third quarter. They address the football, Hull in the gun. 4th down and a long 2. They give it to Velez. Up the middle, hit, dropped. Not going to get there. Turnover on downs. What a stand by your Stonewall Grizzly defense.
Yeah, I'll tell you, and sometimes when defenses, did you see how we keyed on that? Everyone just collapsed knowing it was going to be a handoff. So we sold out and really got the stop. So that's a huge momentum switch right there.
The refs are conversating, and Ottawa is surrounding the conversation. It looked like they were well short. Okay, they are. Nothing to worry about in Grizzly Nation as of that conversation the refs were having, I mean. Just a little worrisome there for a moment. The Labette County offense is already on the field about to run a play, and Aaron Wyrick just took the snap. Boy, they are wasting no time. Deontay Fields right side drags some tacklers forward for a gain of 3.
Deontay Fields on the carry.
Labette County really taking care of the football. Oh, a late flag flew, and it has to be on Labette County, I would assume, because the white hat was only surrounded by Grizzlies. Am I correct?
Well, yeah, but why? He must have overheard something.
Taunting on Ottawa. As there's a few Cyclones fans throwing their palms to the heavens in disbelief, and I mean, obviously the white hat heard something, but I said what I said because he was by our offensive huddle or gathering.
Looking through it, though, into the line. And anytime a ref, we've talked about this, throws a flag 35 yards in the air, he definitely heard something that set him off, kind of.
I did see, I don't know if it has to affect anything, I did see Deontay get up real slow. He looks to be completely fine, but he was getting up slow. Could affect it.
1st and 10 for Labette County after the penalty. Straight drop back for Aaron Wyrick. Hitch and go deep left, overthrown the defender and the receiver, Nolan Nash. Good coverage on the near side by Nick Walker. Incomplete. 2nd down and 10. 6.5 minutes, third quarter, as Labette County taking some shots in the passing game.
Yeah, I mean, that pass wasn't there, so that's okay that it was a little overthrown, went out of bounds. I always like the fact that Coach Argerbright's never afraid to remind the defense and the defensive backs that you can't just assume we're going to run the ball and try to start running clock, and it just always keeps them, where they're kind of stretched out and have to look for a deep pass like that. It's effective.
2nd down and 10. Ball on the right hash. Nolan Nash, right side, looks to turn it upfield. He does. He has room across the 40, still on his feet, 30. Pushed out of bounds at the 25. That's Deontay, isn't it? Yes, Deontay Fields on the carry. We faked left and went right, and I thought it was a fake to Fields. But it was Deontay Fields on a huge run, as Labette County's been effective in kind of that fake inside give and then the outside handoff.
Yeah, just keep them guessing. And continue to block and count on your backs that are so shifty and quick. Sooner or later, they'll see a seam and hurt you like that. So we really need to finish this drive right here.
Handoff, Nash. I think it's him this time. Here's a gain of 7 for Nolan Nash to the 22-yard line. 21 rather. So Labette County flirting with the red zone of the Cyclones. Again, Labette County in black uniforms, Ottawa in white. 6 minutes to play, third quarter. Labette County 14, Ottawa 7. Both teams with great opening drives in the second half. Ottawa's ended on a turnover on downs on 4th and 2 at about the 15-20 yard line. And here's Labette County with a similar drive up to this point. 2nd and 3. Claiborne right behind Wyrick. Quarterback draw, gets to the second level, first down to the 15.
Yeah, gosh, again, that's been so effective all year for us. And Aaron picks up 3 or 4 yards there, and great blocking in front of him by, I assume, Parker. I want to follow up, make sure he's out there still, because I know he hurts. So, of course, he's out there. He's tough enough. He just fights through it. So, yeah, tremendous pickup there and another set of 4 downs.
5:20 to play. As both teams, I don't think we've had a commercial break this half. I mean, both teams have ran the ball really well. 10 seconds on the play clock. Wyrick looking around. Couple heads are popped up like gophers from this Grizzly offense. With 3 seconds on the play clock, Wyrick snaps it, gives it to Fields, gets to the shallow secondary, lowers his head, leans, and might have enough for a first down to about the 6-yard line. Man, Deontay's running the ball well, and how about this offensive line pushing Ottawa back?
Yeah, and I'm starting to see what I think is Ottawa not cave, not give up. I don't mean that, but I'm just really feeling the strength of our team picking up here. And, man, a score here would just be huge in closing this game out.
2nd down and a yard, which I like better than 1st and goal, to be honest with you. As we can advance it deeper and then pick up the first. Wyrick has it under center, Nolan in motion. It's a back handoff give to Deontay Fields. First down Grizzlies, and he's going to keep fighting. Did he score? He did. Deontay Fields with his 2nd rushing touchdown of the night. Yards after contact, Deontay Fields, 20-7, LC Grizzlies. What a response after forcing a turnover on downs.
Yeah, don't fool yourself. That defensive effort and shutting down that 4th and 2 started this. It started Ottawa's self-doubt a little bit, and it gave us some bounce. And so, yeah, what a great drive there.
Nolan Nash on to kick. A zipper of a snap caught by Bates, placed, kick, and good. 21-7 Labette County. 4:13 left in the 3rd quarter. Ottawa will receive. There is life and energy in Lucas Field. Back in 1 minute on KLKC.
Here's a bright idea. Streaming without buffering. It's not 2014. There's no reason for laggy internet and buffering shows. IdeaTech has the technology. It's fiber optic cable. IdeaTech has brought high-speed fiber to 75 communities and counting. Don't put up with outdated internet. Stream without buffering. Another bright idea from IdeaTech.
Unbelievable! Sparklight is unveiling unlimited internet for just $25 a month. Get reliable 100 meg internet for just $25 a month for 12 months with unlimited data. That's unlimited internet. Call 877-469-3057 or visit sparklight.com/savings. Sparklight, a new breed in high speed.
After the extra point by Nolan Nash, there was an unsportsmanlike or taunting, either one, I don't remember, on Ottawa. I missed it before we went to the break, didn't see anything that happened. So Nolan Nash is kicking from the 45-yard line of Ottawa here. So we have the opportunity to pin him if he can hit a little pooch here. Nolan is going to kick it out of the back of the end zone, and honestly, not a bad idea because it puts the ball at the 20 because the 35-ish yard line is about average, it seems like.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, anytime you can get a high school ball team to start on the 20 on a kickoff like that, I think that's for sure in your favor. So, big series here, of course. Every series is big, but, man, the Grizzlies are kind of riding the tidal wave right now. We just need to stay right on it.
First down and 10 Cyclones. They've got 4 main weapons they've been utilizing. Hull is one of them, their quarterback. Sidearm flip, what a pass. caught by McCullough, and he's a few yards shy of the first down. On the coverage, Kagan Bates, Nolan Nash.
On the stop, number 5, Nolan
We've
Nash.
seen this before. You know, you get a team in a state game like this where losers go home and you're down a couple of scores. They're going to start throwing everything at us, so our defense just has to really hone in here and play smart, play tough.
2nd and 2, they fake the jet sweep and go up the middle, and a lot of room, and still working is Velez, and he'll get out across the 40-yard line near the 45. What a nice runner.
Yeah, it was, and had a couple of hits on him, and he just kind of ran through him, so got to wrap up, hang on, and wait for help.
3:30 and dripping. 3rd quarter, Labette County 21, Ottawa 7. Knee-high snap, Velez again engulfed, and it was enough to bring him to the ground. On the initial contact on the runner, I believe, was Keegan Stritsky. Yeah, and his initial bear hug was enough to subsequently bring him to the ground. He's tough to take down, 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, and this is where we ask of it a lot, but we need our O-line, someone to get through and get a stop for a loss or something right here.
3 receivers right, 1 left. Hull is going to look to pass. A little dump down, a little too high. Boy, Coach Argerbright puts his palms in his face as he knows that was almost an interception that could have gone the other way. Was that Barrett Heston on the near side? Hit him in the shoes, which I can't blame him because I thought that pass was going to be completed.
Yeah, he was open and just overthrew him, and yeah, that would have been a pick 6 for sure. But hey, we'll take that. What we got there, we got 3rd and 7 now, so let's keep the pressure on right here.
Ball on the left hash. Ottawa working to my left and from my left to right. Hull, 3-step drop, plants a little bit of a screenish play to McCullough, hit in the lumbar, falls forward, and is a yard short. And so kind of a little bit of a chunk play. Worked pretty well there for the Cyclones. And a 4th and 2 in which they failed a possession ago. This one more so 4th down and 1 with 2:15 left in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, we've seen this before. I don't know if they're going to run that same dive give, though. They're talking over there. I would look for a lot of things. I'd look for the snap count to be on the 2nd or 3rd hut. I'd look for a fake handoff and maybe someone on the edge. Who knows?
Hull is in the gun with Velez to his right. A fumbled snap, or should I say low snap, is picked up at the 35. Hull, pressure, dropped! Kagan Bates sweeps out Hull's legs from under him and brings the tree to the ground. And it'll be 1st and 10 Grizzlies on the low, fumbly snap to the 30-yard line of Ottawa. Grizzly Nation getting behind their 11 men of defense.
My goodness, how fun is this? You couldn't have drawn up or asked for a better situation for the Grizzlies to happen than that. Bad snap and a loss of 25 or 30 yards or whatever, 20. So another opportunity to just really kind of put the screws to him here and you know, kind of smell this game out here.
It was 4th and 1, and the Grizzly defense was begging their fans to get behind them. That's when you know as a defense you have confidence you can make a stop. Wyrick gives it to Fields on 1st and 10, breaks his way into the 2nd level. There is a flag back near the line of scrimmage. Labette County's been clean. They had a holding call on their first play of the game, I think, and it looks like this is going to be another one here. And it is. So 2nd and 3 or so becomes 1st down and 20. A minute 40 to play in the 3rd quarter. Labette County leads 21-7. As if you're counting turnover on downs as turnovers, Labette County's got a few of them tonight.
Yep, they do. I continue to be in awe of how punishing a holding foul is for any side, either team. That 10-yard penalty is huge for a hold like that. So we'll see what Coach Argerbright's kind of got on his mind here for a play call.
1st and 20. Wyrick patiently, calmly takes the snap, and Fields is whipped to the ground like a rag doll for a loss of 5. Haven't seen that in a while. On the tackle for Ottawa, number 66, Tobias Thompson.
Well, yeah, and defensively, Ottawa's in the same situation. They have to just pin their ears back and go crazy. Team's down 2 scores. We've got the ball. Almost the fourth quarter. You almost sell out and just lose discipline sometimes on who you're supposed to key on and just try to go tackle whoever you think has the ball. So that can be effective, but it also gets you burned if you're not careful.
40 seconds. Labette County leads 21-7, third quarter. Wyrick, a low snap for us, and it's flipped out to the flats, somehow caught by Nash, and a loss of 3. Labette County going the wrong way. Started the drive after a a low snap, there we go, from Ottawa. Started the drive at the Cyclone 31, and now it's third down right near midfield, and Labette County can take this all the way to the end of the third quarter. No cause for, I should say, alarm. However, seemingly an opportunity slipped through the Grizzlies' paws.
Yeah, and even if we didn't score, I felt like that was an opportunity to run 3 or 4 good plays, get a first down, a few things like that. So we'll see.
That's the end of 3 periods in Altamont. Everybody in red and gold can smell it. A sub-state berth for the first time ever, but 12 minutes to play against a good Ottawa team. Let's come back in 1 minute for the fourth and final stanza from Altamont.
At Labette Community College, we're passionate about medicine and compassionate about people. Our highly trained instructors provide innovative career-specific education in the field of diagnostic medical sonography. Do you already have an associate or bachelor's degree in healthcare? Earn an additional certification in sonography. LCC offers a 12-month completely online program with a clinical component. In as little as 1 year, specialize in OB, abdomen, or vascular. For more information, text pound SONO to 620-293-6671 today. Apply online at labette.edu.
Nolan Nash with a big-time run for Labette County on 3rd and 29. They run a little bit of a draw, just normal dive, handoff, and Nolan Nash runs all the way inside the 10, maybe inside the 5. Man, they're moving play tonight, as usually 1 minute breaks are fine after end of quarters, but my apologies.
Yeah, a lot of things happen there. I think great blocking, a great run by Nolan. I also see Ottawa kind of dying a slow death right now, to be honest with you. I think we close this out and score. Things are looking really good. How about I say it that way for the Grizzlies?
Ball security and punch it in. 1st and goal from the 5. A handoff up the middle. Deontay Fields looking for his 3rd of the night. He's got it. Number 6 with TD number 3. And Labette County leads 27-7 with an XP pending.
Oh, my apologies.
Are you guys blown away at my ability to rhyme, or?
I'm sorry. I was looking at something down on the field, and it just captivated me, and I was trying to get some clarification.
Something other than the football game captivated you on the field? Is there a squirrel that I missed? The kick is good. 28-7. Labette County leads Ottawa. 11:15 to play in the ball game. Ottawa will have the ball. They're needing to score desperately here at Lucas Field. Back in 30 seconds on KLKC.
V93.5 is your home for the best variety of the 80s, 90s, and today. Get your day started with the Anna and Raven Morning Show. You're the judge during couples court. Couples share their disagreement, and then you decide who's right. Think you know pop culture trivia? It could pay off, and you score the cash jackpot when you play can't beat Raven. Kraus in the House gets you home every weekday afternoon starting at 2. Stream us anytime, anywhere at klkcradio.com.
Jace Morning.
Labette County leads Ottawa 28-7 with 11 minutes and 15 seconds left in the ball game. Special teams unit waves their arms back and forth. A little Poochie onside kick lands. Ottawa trying to fall on it. Who's got it? It's a live ball at the 40. Labette County signaling. Referees converging upon the pile of human flesh. And let's see who has the pig skin. Anticipation brewing in Lucas Field. This is huge. Labette County already leads 28-7. This could be a nail, and it is.
The ball is recovered by Ottawa.
Ottawa football. Kagan Bates can't believe it.
At their own 42-yard line.
So this is what needs to happen in that defensive huddle.
Yeah.
I
know what you're going to say.
We got to remind each other here not to be goofy, not to be. We're in an absolute perfect spot to play good, sound, disciplined, classy Labette County football and not start getting some goofy penalties because we're running our mouths. So just stay true to how you've been coached and brought up, and let's finish this game out.
Anytime I would hit a ball out of bounds off the tee, you'd walk over and just say, next shot. Yeah. Hull rolls out right, flips it wide open. Morning caught. Walinda tight ropes the sideline and gets down inside the 30. Looked like he was just kind of going to let his momentum take him out of bounds, but he turned the vehicle upfield and rode the white stripe to the 25.
No idea what happened there, but I don't think he had anyone near him. So that was just a missed assignment or something for sure.
Chest high snap, flip to Morning again. A really effective play, goes for 8 again. Just, I don't know what that's called. I'm kind of turn that over to you, but just a quick out and blockers in front. And it's been effective. We have an injured Grizzly on the far side of the field near the Ottawa sideline. Caleb, I can't tell who it is from here.
No, my eyes aren't great. I'm going to guess. I'd prefer not to guess because.
Well, they're coming over here. We'll know here in a second. Okay, Wyatt Kepley, who has a pretty heavily taped left ankle. Making his way off the field under his own power, walking near linebacker coach Mikey Hayward, and getting an applause from Grizzly Nation.
No, we have to remember this game, is in a great place right now, but it's certainly not over.
No.
Ottawa comes down there and scores quickly and starts kicking onside and playing tough defense. We really need to buckle down here.
2nd and 2, quick out, read well by Nolan Nash, but through his hands and into the awaiting grasp of Aiden McCullough, and that pushes the ball for Ottawa deeper in the red zone near the Grizzly 10, first down.
Yeah, I mean, this little drive's giving Ottawa some, little bounce to their step now, so.
Fake give, quarterback keep, walking in nearly untouched for the touchdown is Hayden Hull, and in the blink of an eye, still with double-digit minutes on the clock, Ottawa pulls within 2 scores with 10 minutes and 10 seconds left in the third quarter. It's 28-13 Labette County. It's funny, whenever you feel like you kind of have the game or you're close, you can get so gassed up, and especially since we thought we recovered the kick, and then you look behind you and Hull's walking it in the end zone.
Yeah.
The extra point is good by Gavin Seaton, and it's 28-14. Ottawa answers with class quickly. 2-score game again at Lucas Field. A 1-minute break we're going to take on KLKC.
My name is Bria, and I'm a pharmacist at Bowen Pharmacy. I'm here today to tell you about one of our patient programs, Meds to Beds. Bowen Pharmacy South is located in the medical office building at Labette Health. Our staff works closely with the doctors, nurses, and social care workers to ensure that your transition out of the hospital is an easier and more convenient experience for you and your loved ones. If you are having inpatient or outpatient surgery, we will get your medications directly from your doctor and deliver them right to your hospital bed. If you are having a baby, we will get your medications or anything else that you may need to get your family home without the hassle of making several stops along the way. Whether you're here for a few hours or a few days, we are here at Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South to help get you well without any interruption in transition of care. Just ask for Meds to Beds. At Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South, we are here for you today and we are here for you tomorrow.
Ottawa kicks a touchback on their kickoff. And so Labette County will have it 1st and 10 at their own 20. And it's funny because even though it feels like Labette County, I mean, a little bit ago after that score to go up 28-7, we're thinking, all right, you know, hey, huge, nearly over, almost could call this.
Yeah.
And then things just happen. And now on this offensive possession, at least I feel a little bit tight for some reason.
Yeah, we need to get a few first downs and play aggressive and call aggressive.
Fields, left tackle, nipped up around the shins, and down he goes for no gain. 2nd down and 10 with under 10 minutes now to play in the game. Labette County leads 28-14.
Yeah.
Caleb, a few quick scores for us.
I have Mount Carmel and Wellington in the 3rd quarter. Carmel's still up 43-0. Miege and Eudora is in the 3rd quarter. Miege is up 28-14. And in the 4th quarter, Wamego is beating Augusta 14-7.
Thank you very much, Caleb. Should Miege win and Labette County win, Labette County will host Bishop Miege for Sub-State next week. Here's a little end around for Deontay Fields. Runs into the back of Aaron Wyrick. Labette County wants another late flag on the Cyclones, but the flag shall not be pulled on this one, and it will be 3rd down and 8 for our Grizzlies with still, I mean, yeah, tons of time. That's besides the point. 9 minutes to play in the game. Labette County needs to move the chains.
Yeah, they do, and 3 timeouts for Ottawa. So, yeah, and I'm seeing Ottawa really pursue, and so we don't want to feed this monster right now. So let's do something here to pick up a first and get this momentum back on our side.
8:45 to play in the game. A pretty big 3rd down here. Helmet high snap. A give up the middle. Fields looks to bounce it outside. He does. No penalties. 1st down. Pushed out of bounds at the 39. A big-time 3rd down pickup.
Boy, it sure was. And, boy, he kind of went inside and outside, and once he got on the edge, boy, he's just too quick. So, yeah, that was huge. Keep the clock running here as we get set up, a fresh set of downs. So, very good play call, very good blocking.
Yeah.
That was huge.
We would have been punting into the wind. Ottawa would have had the ball around midfield, maybe the 40. But now, barring poor ball security, if they get it back, it'll be around the 6, or when they get it back, at worst, it should be around 6 minutes or so. That's a big deal. Chest high snap. Nash looking to go outside and use his speed. Hit and falls wisely with his defender. And on the tackle was Gavin Seaton, their kicker, making a nice play in the backfield for a loss of a couple.
Yeah, we got to stay on our block. We were blocking him out. That's why Nolan turned up, and then we just dropped that block, so the same guy that was getting kicked out made the tackle. So, yeah, if you hook up with someone, you really have to stay on them until you know the ball's past you.
8 minutes and dripping below that, 28-14. Labette County leads Ottawa here in sectionals at Lucas Field. Wyrick with Fields behind him. Claiborne behind the right guard. A handoff to Fields. Adjusts the football in his armpit and is stood up and gains about 3. So 3rd down and 7, in which we were successful moments ago. Camden Good's going to walk onto the field for Labette County up for this play, it looks like.
Yeah, pretty good play there. Play call. Yeah, brings up something 3rd and 7. So we'll see. Coach Argerbright's aggressive. So if we get this, if we don't get the first, but get down to 4th and, gosh, 1, 2, maybe even 3, I wouldn't be surprised at all for him to line up and try to go for it.
Third down and 7. Another big one. Wyrick barks, collects, gives to Barrett. Heston looks to turn it upfield. Ball is loose. Looks like Labette County fell on it unless it came out again. Heston with, I think, his first rush of the night, and Labette County did fall on it for a loss of 1. Who fell on that? Was that Michael Reed? He did. Wow. So, yeah, Ottawa will get the ball back with about 6 minutes left.
Yeah, that's one of those deals, you know, you don't talk a whole lot about it, but Reed falling on that fumble, stuff like that is huge, kind of unspoken things that happen in the game.
Camden Good on to punt for Labette County. Need a good one here from Cam. Punting into a Sorry, there was a bit of a potential substitution error there, but Labette County got it tidied up. Bit of a stiff south breeze for Camden, but it's a high one that lands at the 35 and cannot be returned by Morning, in which he is frustrated about. And it goes out at the 35 with 6:03 left in the game. We'd like to keep it here. I hear a few whistles. Is there a penalty, Dad?
I don't see it, but I heard a lot of whistles too, which normally indicates something.
Well, while they sort that out, we would like to thank Labette Health as well as the Bartlett Co-op, Labette Bank, Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Wood Insurance Center, Labette Community College, Tank Connection, SEK Orthopedics, Doctors Mosier and Meister, Forbes Hoffman Funeral Homes, Idea Tech, Elm Haven Nursing Home and Woodridge Estates, Carson Wall Funeral Homes, Commercial Bank, The Corner Store of Altamont, Labette Center for Mental Health Services, Community National Bank, and Labette Community College. Invite you to stay tuned as well for our Bowen Pharmacy post-game show, where we will hear from head coach Bradley Argerbright. As the ball is at the 35, so we heard some whistles and talked about them earlier, but no penalties on either team on that punt. So 1st and 10 Ottawa. They're down to the Grizzlies 28-14 with 6 minutes left, a wind at their back. It's cooling down, but still a beautiful November night. Snap, hits hole in the numbers. He's pressured from the front, throws off his back foot, and it hit McCullough in the hand at midfield. His right hand was extended, and the pigskin bounced right off of it. Number 5 in white, defended by number 5 in black. Nolan Nash was on his hip, but man, he had some room if he could have hauled it in.
He did. We had some pressure, I think, from Reed, and that is so important. Even if our down linemen probably aren't quick enough to tackle him one-on-one, he's so shifty, it keeps his eyes having to look around and not stay focused downfield. So big down here again.
Hull immediately rolls out left, a little out route, no good. He makes eye contact with Jace Morning, and they both exchange what they thought went wrong, and they're going to have to rally and try to pick up a 3rd and 10. Coach Argerbright and his Army men on the sideline egging on the fans in the bleachers below us to get behind their defense. The crowd has been great tonight.
Yeah, so big here.
3rd and 10 with 5:50 to play. Nobody behind Hull. He'll step up in the pocket, avoid pressure, throw off his back foot, a laser, tipped, intercepted by Camden Good. He'll look to return it left to right, and he will be brought down at the 35. And Labette County, a flurry of turnovers forced defensively.
Gosh, where was that? Kind of the old tip drill scenario right there. Camden just kept his eyes on it, came up, picked it off. Boy, we needed that.
This is a hungry Labette County team.
Played a good game so far tonight. And I hope the mentality, and I'm sure it is to go down there and shove this ball all the way down and score again. We need to make a big statement here. Stay aggressive and stay tough.
28-14, Labette County can really smell blood in the water now. Wyrick under center, fakes to Claiborne, gives to Deontay. He's been tremendous, still on his feet. Flag flies at the line of scrimmage. Deontay, look at that kid, still churning his legs inside the 20 to the 15 with white jerseys draped on his back like a blanket, but there was a flag behind the play. And a few Labette County offensive linemen looking at each other, and Kagan Bates looks to be kind of getting on to him a little bit. That's kind of a funny visual.
Yeah,
I love Kagan.
Talking about Deontay, you know, he's really the same kid strength-wise and speed-wise that he was 6 weeks ago, but he's just matured so much in his mental toughness and he's just, every game just came along and become a more developed runner, and just really running strong through the ball, making arm tackles will not bring him down.
5:20 to play. Labette County first down and 20 after the hold call was initiated. Handoff to Nolan Nash, dragging white jerseys, but can't bring him down. They were there, rallied, and snuffed him. Loss of a handful, so second down and long for Labette County. 5 minutes to play in the game and dripping under. The Grizzlies lead by 2 touchdowns.
Okay, so of course brings up second and a country mile here, but you know, the Grizzlies need to, we'll see. Coach Arkwright wouldn't surprise me. A lot of people would say just run the ball, run the clock. Maybe he will, but he's not afraid to throw in this situation either.
Bates is the receiver to the left. Nash is the receiver to the right. Fields the back. A toss to Deontay. Hit at the hips. Sheds that Cyclone and can't shed the 35 that swarm him after that. Looked like it anyways. Gain of 0. Third down and 22 coming up in a moment with 4:20 to play.
Yep, that little pitch developed a little slow, and their defensive end did a good job of not getting hooked. So anytime you can't get the edge and have to turn back, that's tough oftentimes.
I don't think Labette County might have one turnover on downs, but I don't think we've turned it over tonight. And Labette County has 2 interceptions and has forced 3, I believe, turnover on downs themselves. They've really played clean ball the last few weeks. They have a 3-game win streak coming into tonight. Here's Fields, really holding on to the football firmly and tried to break free again. Ottawa trying to get at the football, brought down by 2 Cyclones, one of which was Landon Traver. He's played well tonight. Here's 4th down and forever with 3:20 left in the game. Ottawa has all 3 timeouts. 30 seconds still remain on the play clock, so, man, this is looking pretty gloomy for the Cyclones, needing to score twice to tie.
Yeah, and they're just putting all their eggs in the fact that we're going to punt here, and they've got 3 timeouts. And so, again, they're going to be like that wounded animal we talk about. They're going to be throwing everything and anything at us, maybe even try to block this. We'll see kind of what they've got dialed up here.
Camden good to punt. Heels dug in at the 43 of his own. Awaits the snap. It's a perfect snap. He'll catch it and boot it down that right sideline out of bounds. So we'll see where it crossed that plane. Some extracurricular taking place for Labette County. Didn't see what occurred, but I looked up and my eyes saw Ethan Cuddy for Labette County. Special teams artist for us on the ground with 2 Cyclones around him. But again, I did not see what happened, but Grizzly Nation wanting a penalty. Will not get it. Coach Argabright getting an explanation from the White Hat.
Yeah, and again, our captains need to huddle that defense up and calm them down. Play aggressive, play wild, don't play stupid. Just keep your head about you and play football.
Proud of Ethan for just jotting off the field after that. Could have been an easy moment to get emotional. 1st and 10, Ottawa with the football. Argabright watching on. Substate is right in front of him. A run out to the right side by Velez, and he's near the first down marker. Tayton Claiborne in on the approach alongside Nolan Nash and Barrett Heston. And they're going to say he's just a touch short. 2nd down and 1 with 2:30 left in the game. Labette 28, Ottawa 14.
This is kind of when I wish the defense didn't know we were up 2 scores. I wish they thought it was a tie ball game.
Hull is going to fake the handoff and roll out left. His favorite throws awkwardly across his body, and it's caught inbounds. Oh, they say incomplete by Jace Morning. It sure looked like he caught it, but the sideline obviously saw him not complete the catch to the ground. Incomplete pass. 3rd down and 1 now.
Well, we'll take that. I mean, it killed the clock, but that's a neutral play, and it ate up about 6 or 7 seconds, so that's any of that's in our favor.
It seems like Hull prefers to roll out to his left, which is hard as a right-handed thrower sometimes. As he's going to tuck it, run it, get the first. Nobody's touched him yet. Now they do. Gain of about 7, so that's mighty fine if you're the Labette County defense. Hull has hurt us a couple times on the ground. Nolan Nash in there on the takedown with 2:15 left in the game. Mason Hoppus in on the tackle too. Ottawa trying to hurry up their bestest here. Hull's going to drop back 3 times, look to step into a powerful pass that's caught by McCullough. Done a pretty good job on their weapons tonight. They've got 3 good ones, and our DBs have been pretty good tonight.
Yes, they have, and you know, we'll see if Coach Hurley wants to switch this up a little bit and send a little bit of a blitz package. You know, normally you sag back and get soft a little bit and try to prevent something deep. Maybe we can disrupt this by sending a couple real quick and getting him on the ground.
2nd and 4, it was a completion of about 6 yards, and this pass to Morning, which has hurt us tonight, is in and out of his hands. Barrett Heston was ready for the smackdown, though.
Yeah, that was another one that almost looked like it could have been a tip interception, but it happened bang, bang too quickly for Barrett to ever have a chance on that. So 3rd down here, okay. That's where we need D-line to really blow this thing up.
Minute 56 left in the game. Hull is going to look to try to get the first, eludes a couple Grizzlies, and he'll be successful in the mission of getting the first to the 45-yard line of Labette County, and that stops the clock because it was a pickup of a 1st down. Each team still with 3 timeouts. A minute 40 left. That clock runs after the chains are set. Hull is in the gun with Velez to his left. He'll look to pass. He's swamped and brought to the ground for no gain. If it's no gain, it'll go down as a sack. A few Grizzlies there. Hoppus, Claiborne, Wyrick. And this Labette County defense and their head coach is asking the crowd to give them some love as they're 90 seconds away from their first ever sub-state berth. And it looks like they're going to host it too, as Miege is putting it on Eudora, at least I believe. 42-14, Miege leads Eudora in the 4th quarter.
Gosh, how fun is this going to be to come back again next Friday?
How many games have we played here?
22, I think. It's been great. And I like what I saw there. I'm sure I'll go back tonight and watch this. I'm sure we sent a couple linebackers. We really threw him. Of course, he was wanting to throw the ball, I believe, but we just broke the pocket down and we're all over him. So I love the aggressive play call right now defensively. We know they're going to throw the ball. Let's just make it real difficult.
We've been chatting because there was a long stoppage of play, but it doesn't show on the scoreboard that either team called a timeout. But I'm guessing somebody did. Nonetheless, Labette County's close to a sectional victory. Pass caught by Morning, and they are not going to throw the flag there. Morning was hit as he was falling out of bounds. Ottawa fans want it, won't get it. 3rd down and 1. The pass was good for 9 yards.
Let's keep playing, fellas. Let's close this out. You know, let's not let them score on this play and then kick an onside.
That's right.
Let's get a stop here, an interception here, a sack, something.
Hull in the gun with the ball on the right hash. An option play. Velez, 1st down near the 25. Still inbounds. Barrett Heston on the tackle. They're going to reset the sticks so the clock stops at a minute 10. Now it runs maybe a little early, if anything. Hull about to take it. He'll throw it near side. Morning at the 20. Didn't run out of bounds. Leans forward, and that's going to force his head coach to call a timeout. At least I would assume. Clock still running, though. 53 seconds. Hull under center. He'll take the snap and down it. So it'll be 3rd and 2 with 51 seconds left. As I think Coach Alexander is just thinking the simple thought of no matter what, best case, I have to recover an onside kick.
Yeah, it's so tempting to think I got to use the timeout now, but if you're going to win the ball game, you're going to have those in your hip pocket too going forward. So I don't know. It's just a tough spot. Got the ball on the 18, fellas. Let's not let them score here.
3rd down and 2. Hull, left foot in front of his right. The right-handed quarterback drops back, looks to plant, fakes right. The athlete rolls out. Flag flies. Maybe a hold. He'll go down at the 20 for a loss of a yard. So worst case scenario, well, I suppose the flag could be on us, but if there was no flag, it'd be 4th and 3, but we'll see what the laundry's about.
It's normally a hold, like you said.
It is a hold on the Cyclones. I would guess Argerbright accepts. I know 4th and 3 would be tempting with this squad, but to me, with the time and the yardage they would have to make up, we'll see. He'll make the right choice, and this certainly looks like a pretty favorable position for our Grizzlies to be victorious here tonight. Up 28-14 with 39 seconds left here at home. They've hosted all 3 playoff games. And they're going to put 41 seconds on the clock, so they're going to add about a second and a half. It was a hold on Ottawa. Let's see if he accepted it or not. He did, so it'll be 3rd and around 11 or 12 for the Cyclones here with 41 seconds left in the ball game now. Each coach still with all 3 timeouts.
That's so hard for O-linemen when they know their quarterback sprints out right, but then when he turns back left, they don't know that, so they grab their guy, and it's a hold.
Grizzly Nation on their feet. It's a screen play. Caught by Knapp. He'll look to shed a couple. Grizzlies still grinding. Help is on the way and secure. 4th down and 9, and 2 late flags fly. And another flag flies. The ref had to throw his hat. The Grizzlies are acting like this is all on Ottawa.
Yeah, 23 hit 2 or 3 people as they walked by. Hit one flag. Another Grizzly walked by him, hit him in the back. Hit 3 people. So, yeah, I saw it all. It's too bad. He's probably a really good athlete. I'm assuming a senior. It's a shame that he's, at this point right now.
Refs having a summit meeting at the 25-yard line.
I think I heard a cowbell.
Yeah. Vocal cords are one of the instruments that I suppose Keisha can ban to an extent, I guess. But 3rd down and 12 for Ottawa. However, there's a multitude of flags coming in. The seemingly looming assumption is that they're on Ottawa. We shall see. Officials pick up all 3 flags that were thrown, and one of the judges puts his black hat back on his head, and here's the white hat making the calls at the 33-yard line. We have personal foul on Ottawa and an ejection. So, emotional moment for the young man. Ottawa has had a great season, and those 3 penalties there certainly aren't helping in the miracle that they're trying to manifest here at Lucas Field. They trail Labette County 28-14 with 21 seconds left in the ball game. This Labette County defense, to hold Ottawa to 14 points is an accomplishment. 2 interceptions and quite a few turnover on downs forced as well. The clock's going to run, actually. 15 seconds, now down to 13. A pass play, looking for the home run ball. It is tipped by McCullough and falls harmlessly to the turf. And there's 7 seconds on the clock, and that's how far Labette County is away from their first ever sub-state berth. Coach Argabright has Bryson Dickens and Lucas Hayward interlocked in his both of his arms, and he's talking to his two leaders. Just kind of fun to watch Coach Argabright high-five and hug some of these guys. What a special season it has been for a special group. As I forgot, I'm blind. I'm kind of caught up in the moment myself. That was 4th down for Ottawa. So it's Labette County football with 7 seconds left. Victory formation it is. Clean snap, the kneel. Everybody stay calm here. And that is your ball game. Coach Argabright calling for his guys to just get off that field. And they do, victoriously that is. Your Grizzlies advance for the first time ever to the sub-state round in the Class 4A playoffs. It is looking surely as if they will play host to Miege next Friday night for the 5th straight home game, 4th straight playoff game hosted. 28-14 is your final score. A pretty clean victory here tonight. Labette County was clearly the better team and was hungry and forceful from the start. What a fun, historic season it's been in many aspects, and we can't wait to break it down in the Bowen Pharmacy postgame show in 2 minutes on KLKC.
Your Labette County High School Grizzlies are the sectional champions. They are now in the Final Four of the 4A.
Principal of Labette County High School, Stacy Smith, awards our Grizzlies the 2025 Sectional Champions plaque. And so for back-to-back weeks, our Grizzlies get to have a picture with a pretty plaque. Regional champions last week, sectional champions this week, and are part of the Final Four in the playoffs.
At this time, Bishop Miege is ahead of Eudora 45 to 14. Bishop Miege is ahead 45 to 14.
As the team's looking to do something fun down here, I think they might be posing for a picture in front of the whole Grizzly Nation fan base, as that's really neat.
Yeah.
That's a really neat idea, to come over here on the track and kneel down and get your picture with your sectional plaque with your fans in the background. That's really neat.
Lots is happening here right now. A lot of stuff you don't realize. There's a ton of 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade boys, future football players, just soaking this up right now. And don't even realize that they're just ingesting that this program wins football games. It's the vibration of what's gone on this year really pays dividends down the road. So this is fun to be a part of, and we get to come back and do it again next Friday. How cool is that?
Just listen to Grizzly Nation for just a moment. Hardly anybody has left the stadium. They're all standing and applauding in the background of the team picture with the sectional plaque. Cheerleaders and youngins are in on the picture as well, as what I am looking at right now is the embodiment of the community and family that is Labette County High School and this Southeast Kansas area here. So fun to see, giving me chills. Somebody that's lived in Altamont my whole life, went to Labette County High School, Altamont grade school, and always just loved the family feel that the district provided. And that's what I'm looking at right now and what you're hearing through your radio and your phones at home. Really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, what a I don't even know what to say. What a great game tonight. I mean, 4 quarters. We were pretty solid in every aspect of the game. Offense, defense, our special teams have been good all year too. Just I love the coaches and the job they've been doing too with play calls on both sides. So this is a dangerous team. I
know.
I really feel like we can beat anybody. And once they think that, like they are, it's going to happen.
This is a team that is locked in, hungry, motivated, and the word you used was perfect, dangerous.
Yeah.
And, you know, I know Bishop Miege is Bishop Miege. We all get that. But this is a team that I wouldn't want to come across, and they will be ready to take on whomever steps upon the football field. And the team just finished their post-game prayer, and that is just fabulous. What a fun culture, what a fun deal taking place here tonight. Happy for all of them.
Yeah.
28-14, your final score. Labette County marches on to the Final Four, the sub-state round, and will host Bishop Miege here at Lucas Field next Friday night. Yes, host. Bishop Miege typically schedules really tough opponents in schools throughout their regular season. Miege is actually the 13 seed in the playoffs because that record and that tough schedule usually isn't of the highest in the region. So that's the reason behind the hosting for those that aren't sure about some of those details. But yeah, this team looks good, man. They're dialed in. They've played clean football.
Yes, yeah.
Last couple weeks.
Yeah, and we did get a couple of penalties tonight, you know, lost our temper, maybe said something, but sometimes a little of that just comes with competitive nature. I mean, you know, we have some players that are just born inside out that they have to win, and they just, so sometimes a little of that can add some vigor to your team. It's when it gets out of hand like it did last week with Chanute, and really tonight with Ottawa, when it just gets to where it just continues to destroy you like a cancer, that's when it's a problem. So, yeah, just a really fun, one of the funnest seasons I've been around. So happy for everybody here.
28-14 your final. Grizzlies on top. We look forward to having another great conversation with head coach Bradley Argabright of these Grizzlies that march on deeper and deeper into the month of November, which is where you want to be if you're a football team. Let's step aside for 3 minutes and see where we're at with the head man here on KLKC. Welcome back in, Grizzly fans, to another celebratory Bowen Pharmacy post-game show here at Lucas Field in Altamont, Kansas. I'm Jack Leake III, and had been joined by throughout the game Labette County football manager and senior cameraman and broadcaster up here with us, Caleb McKee. He's down there celebrating with his team. And Jack Leake Jr., my father, your color commentator for tonight. Thanks for being with us, and stay with us. We're going to have Coach Bradley Argabright come join us for an interview here before long. Labette County victorious 28-14, the final score, a game in which I think you said it quite well, Dad, at some point where you never really felt endangered by Ottawa's ability to score quickly or come back or be a threat to score on our defense. And I think that's where the credit has to go, is to that Grizzly defense, that we had wondered, how will they respond on a team that maybe can pass? Chanute has a good quarterback. Ottawa has a good quarterback. Labette County looked ready at all levels.
They did, and they came out wanting to throw the ball on us. That first series or series or two, they threw the ball almost every time. So we shut that down really quick, did such a great job. And so then they, of course, went back to the run game and hurt us some when they kind of started establishing some different play calls and getting on the edge. But our defense has done that all year. We got down here, third quarter, held them on 4th and 2. I mean, those kind of instances where a team marches down and then gets inside the red zone or right around there and you hold them and get the ball back, that's just gut punch stuff right there.
That happened a couple times,
Anyway, the defense can really flip the script and really kind of inject energy into the offense, so it feeds each other. So just a great effort. Labette
County, which a record is pointless at this point, but it's pretty neat. They're 9-2 through 11 games this year. And while we wait on Coach Argabright, who just got an interview from a media outlet and talking to family, friends, hope he does it as long as he needs to, but certainly would like him to come join us at some point, and I know he will. But it'll give us a second to kind of look back at that road to the 9-2 record. September 5th was Labette County's first game, kind of that rainy, cold, really maybe the coolest night all year. Was the first game, September 5th at Parsons. Oh, here he's coming. Ruining my segment. No, I'm just joking. But anyways, we'll kind of stop that and get to what you really care about, and that's hearing from Bradley Argabright. Back in 1 minute with him on KLKC.
V93.5 is your home for the best variety of the 80s, 90s, and today. Get your day started with the Anna and Raven Morning Show. You're the judge during couples court. Couples share their disagreement, and then you decide who's right. Think you know pop culture trivia? It could pay off, and you score the cash jackpot when you play Can't Beat Raven. Kraus in the house gets you home every weekday afternoon starting at 2. Stream us anytime, anywhere at klkcradio.com.
Welcome back in, Grizzly fans, to I know your favorite and my favorite part of the Bowen Pharmacy postgame show, a chat with the head coach Bradley Argabright of, yet again, those victorious football Grizzlies. 28-14, the final to advance to our first ever sub-state. Coach, awesome. Congratulations. This team's hungry, motivated, and dangerous right now.
Yeah. Just playing good football. Keep saying that week in, week out, which is a good thing to keep saying. So just so dang proud of these guys. We talked about it before the game, they've made a lot of history already, and, let's go do it one more time. So I can't wait to host, a game to go to the state championship next week. That's crazy saying out loud. We're going to have a great opponent in Miege. We're going to have a great week of practice. The main message is job's not finished yet. It's fun winning right now, but, we got to go have another great week of practice and make sure we're ready to go next week.
As typically the teams that make it to sub-state are going to be this way, but I'll explain it anyways. This time of year you want to be peaking and dialed in and laser focused. And you could sense that from the jump tonight. What has gone into just the intense focus and hunger that was so obvious from even the guys on the sideline, you as coaches and players from the word go tonight.
Yeah, we talked about it at practice this week. I'm going to give Chanute a compliment. Last week I kind of walked by their locker room and they were, like you said, laser focused. That's the word we've used all year long. We've even talked about the definition of laser focus. They were locked in last week, and I think we kind of, I don't want to say we took them for granted, but, we didn't play a very good first half. So tonight we went up from our pregame and we went complete silence and 15 minutes of, music on your own. And it didn't matter who it was, like you said on the sideline. Everyone can contribute to the game, whether you're cheering your teammates on, whether you're getting up for third down. And we just talked about for those 15 minutes, what are you going to do to help the team win tonight? So we then had a team prayer with our parents. And, that was an emotional moment. Just good seeing all the support that these boys have. And, it's a family. We always talk about that, but I want it to be like that. I don't want to just say family and, we don't do it. So, that was a big moment. Coming out of our locker room, and our focus was elite tonight. Very dialed in, very ready to go, and that was very evident with how we played tonight.
I want to further upon pretty much all of what you just alluded to as far as family, togetherness, community, seeing the team come over with the cheerleaders, coaches, some young ball boy kids, and get a picture with that sectional plaque on the track with fans behind them in the stands. That visual from up here, I wish I was over there, just embodied our district, our high school, and our community to me. That was really neat to see.
Yeah, that's just, we talked about it kind of in admin and myself this week and kind of what I wanted to do. And I've always thought that'd be a cool thing to do, when you win a big game, is make sure that, the community's involved. We can't do without them, their support. And we want even more, double it next week. Let's double the crowd from this week to next week because we're going to need you. And come out and support these guys. They've got a shot to go to a state championship game in Emporia. And we just can't do it without our community, and I was really proud of our guys tonight, getting the crowd going, playing with emotion. But thank you to our crowd, too, for cheering these guys on and being there for support tonight. It was really appreciated.
I know there's so many people that can't wait for you to walk down those metal steps again, but I wanted to ask, as far as the game is considered tonight, who stood out to you tonight as far as our personnel?
Deontay Fields ran the ball really hard tonight. I thought our O-line made some nice holes. They got us on a couple plays and some adjustments, but a huge play there was Nolan on that 3rd and 25, and we take it down at the 5-yard line. That was a huge play. Kind of just ran a play, and we're hoping for the best, and he turns into a big play. But someone I really want to highlight tonight that's played hard all year, that doesn't get the recognition they deserve, is Camden Good. Just played a really solid game at corner. Had a huge pick there in that 4th quarter, and just grinded all year. Didn't have a very good game at Wellington, and I know he's kind of been down about that, but he's grinded all year, made some big plays offensively. He's going to make a big play eventually, and just a grinding kid. So I was really proud of Camden, and I was proud of him for stepping up and someone we challenged this week in practice. But hats off to our defense again. They're bending but not breaking. They might get down there, but we just made some big plays tonight when we really needed them, and that's a credit to our defense and playing hard, and every play matters on that side. So, you win championships on defense, and tonight, I know we scored 28, but to hold these guys to 14, that's just a hats off to a really good defense and playing hard.
I've been a part, and I know you've been a part of previous matchups with Bishop Miege, and sometimes that feeling going in can be one of just guttedness or even a little bit of dread sprinkled in. There's an excitement, and there is a readiness to host the Stags next week.
Yeah. I know our guys are going to be up. It's not a first-round matchup anymore. It's not a second-round matchup. This is going to the state championship, and, we're going to lay it all out there. We're going to give it all we got. We're going to give them our best shot. And, I know we're going to be ready to play. So It's at home. They got to come down here 2.5 hours. They got to make that travel down here. It's supposed to rain. You never know. The way we kind of like to play, that would be right up our alley. So you never know in football. You never know what the day's going to bring. You never know what the weather's going to bring. And for us, we just got to play disciplined football, physical football, and take care of that ball and make big plays when we need them.
Coach, I'd put you and the guys up against anybody. It's been fun to watch this team get after it and play real clean, crisp football at the right time and play deep into November. Congrats, Coach.
Yeah, thank you. Really, really appreciate our crowd tonight. Like I said, let's bring them out in droves next week. Got a shot to go to the state championship. We're going to need everyone's help. Proud of our players. They put in the work this offseason. They bonded together all year long. They're playing for one another and they're playing for their community, and it's so much fun to watch right now. So really proud of this program, really proud to be a Grizzly. Let's go get one next week. Go Grizzlies.
Coach, thanks. That's Bradley Argerbright, head coach of the Labette County Grizzlies, going to Sub-State, and they're hosting it. 28-14, your final score here tonight. Labette County victorious. I'd like to take just a second and recognize a very special person that is actually allowing you over the radio to hear my voice right now, because without our board operator, Amanda, back at the station, you could not hear me right now. And I don't know how long she's been doing board operating for games. I know she's done some Pitt State football games in the past, and she is just stellar at what she does. She plays the commercials, sends it to us with excitement and enthusiasm at the start of every broadcast with her voice that echoes across the airwaves. And tonight is Amanda's last game being the board operator for us. And so, Amanda, just from me to you, thank you for making our job so easy and for always picking up the phone no matter what type of day you had, and just putting that smile on and that voice that's ready to have some fun with Grizzly athletics. It brightens my day when I've had a rough one, and so I thank you for it. It's that ripple effect that's so beautiful that we can have as people. And so thank you for being you and for doing what you do and working at it with all your heart. We thank you very much, and we will miss you beyond belief. Amanda, our board operator, wonderful job back at the station. It's been a pleasure. For Amanda back at the station, Caleb McKee, and my father, Jack Leake Jr., I'm Jack Leake III saying so long, but not for the season. We'll see you next Friday here at Lucas Field. Pregame show live at 6:50 p.m. Bishop Miege will come to town. Safe travels, as always, if you're driving. God bless.